The views expressed on the previous
big news. George is back today. And let me ask you, don't you hate the Bulldogs?
What? The Beasley Broadcast Group. Its staff.
The Bulldogs.
I mean, they're not a very attractive job, but I don't have any problem.
The biggest names, the best talent.
Not a very practical job.
You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
George hates the Bulldogs.
What?
I heard Zach take a shot at the Big O there.
Rock solid.
I thought that was really right on target. I mean, George is back. No Flea today. They like Flea just fine, by the way. You should have seen all the emails come pouring in about, oh, Flea is so great.
I like Flea, too.
What was that?
Sorry.
What is that?
What, the music?
No, not the music. What was that, the biggest names and the best ass?
Well, that was an ID. I forgot to clear it out of there.
Oh, my God. George is back, but he's out of practice.
Oh, yeah. Say the least.
If your current copier is too slow, old-fashioned, or too expensive, Accelerated Business Solutions can help. With drastic price reductions on easier-to-use high-tech and less expensive models, Accelerated Business Solutions can replace your current equipment for less. They can get you out of your current lease and even lower your monthly payments. Let the Accelerated Business Consultant analyze your situation and determine how much you can save each month while making it easier to manage your documents. Call toll-free 1-888-SYSTEMS. That's 1-888-SYSTEMS to copy today.
Said they want me to resign, telling everyone I'm love client number 9. Oh, you're high, dollars low, budget's tight, I can't spend dough. Well, I saw him on the Oprah television show, saying he is a man, but to me he looks like a mama.
I wanna get things done. I'm only 71, McCain. That Reverend Wright, he must be crazy.
We made record profits once again. We're the oil companies taking all your money. No price on gas, price keeps going, keeps on. And the Jets. Hey, Fred, you're a future Hall of Famer, but now you're on a team that could not be any lamer. Gold winner,
Michael Phelps, the man in the swimming capris. All power, the president. When you speak, it's a huge event.
I picked a girl from Alaska, Governor Sarah Palin.
Are you ready for the debate? A big political party. Yeah, we got McCain and Obama. They're gonna get this thing started. Oh, the Dow Jones is down, and those consumer prices are slipping. A temporary fix might just do it. Start with Trump and the high price of oil. Let's get to it.
It's just a bill. It's the bill I built, and they're debating it on Capitol Hill.
Baby, OJ's going to jail for the robbery and that is the verdict. Got him nailed.
I'm not a doctor. I'm Joe the plumber, a hard worker. Don't drive a Hummer.
We're the big three.
We're the big three.
Chrysler, GM, Ford.
We are the jerks who flew our private jets and then said we're poor.
Oh, man, we are poor.
Well, it's better right now. It used to be high. You've got a big smile, I'm telling you why. The price of gas is coming way down.
George had to duck some footwear during that farewell speech. A couple size 10 went flying. They came off at Iraqi's feet.
If there is a more annoying subhuman bastard than Rob Blagojevich, I have never seen it.
Yeah.
Did you see any of that dog and pony show he put on? And the media just loves it. The media loves crazy people.
Oh,
they
yeah.
love it. And so last night, Chris Matthews on Hardball, and if there could have been somebody in the studio to punch Chris Matthews in the mouth, I'm sure they would have done it, because he was at his all-time worst in terms of interrupting. He had some state senator from Illinois, some dark-complected guy, and the Illinois Attorney General. And he kept asking them questions, and as soon as they'd start to answer, he'd start talking again. Oh, brother, he is just brutal, Chris Matthews. But nevertheless, Blagojevich came outside of his house and put on another dog and pony show, and they covered all of it. And then he went wandering out into the media, and, if I tell you I'm going to say something, will you cover me? And blah, 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 will you be here? And on and on and on. A crazy person. Just absolutely crazy. I'd rather hear Alex Marvez and Drew Rosenstein than hear Rod Blagojevich. He put the goy in Blagojevich. He's Serbian, you know.
I had no idea.
Today we're doing our Pick the Pony thing at Gulfstream in the second race. But that's a long ways away. Jeffrey is our contestant. Now, do we call these people and tell them, you're the contestant, and you get a $50 win bet on whatever horse Neil picks?
I believe they get an email since they register via email.
Oh, well, I sure hope the emails go through. Because that would be bad. So Jeffrey is our contestant. Hopefully I'll pick a winner. Second race. It's on the turf. It's a mile and an eighth, and there's 8 hosses in there. But I'm not going to tell you which one I picked till later on. And I still reserve the right to change my mind right up till post time. Or maybe even right until after the race. How would that be?
Great.
I can be one of those real experts. So Barry Jackass confirms at least part of what some of the rumors have been. Attaboy, Barry. Hey, Barry.
You fairy.
Oh, and speaking of crazy people, guess who Larry, rhymes with Barry, had on last night?
Uh-huh.
Ted Haggard. And the wife,
yeah. He's been making the rounds. Wasn't he on Oprah or something just 5 minutes ago, too?
Anyway, Larry was licking his scrot. I mean, it was just embarrassing. And Ted seemed to be enjoying it. Oh, well, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Christian fag is what you are. A phony, lying sack of crap. God. I'll get to that story later on about how he was in bed with this guy and he wanted to, whatever. Yeah. Watch him do his thing.
Oh.
Barry says, though the station isn't confirming it yet, W.I.N.Z. 940 will become a Fox Sports radio affiliate in March, a move that will allow owner Clear Channel to reduce costs. You grave-robbing lunatics, just what we need is another all-sports station. As the fragmentation continues, you know how you defrag your computer?
Yes.
Well, we're maybe they ought to defrag Ted Haggard, but we're doing the opposite. We're fragmenting. Maybe we can get up to a dozen sports stations. W.I.N.Z. now airs news, talk shows, and live sports, including heat games. Barry neglects to mention that there's Scare America. The new lineup will include Fox shows such as Steve Saban, 6 to 9 a.m. I never heard of him, so I guess not Dan Sileo. And Chris Myers, 3 to 7 p.m. Dan Patrick's syndicated program, 9 to noon. And Jim Rome, again, from noon to 3. How many times has Romey been on
About 30, man.
and failed in this market?
About 30, man.
Oh, my God. WFTL 640 is carrying Fox radio programming now, but Steve Lappa, who runs WFTL with their shares, was informed recently that Fox struck a deal with another local station. Lappa said WFTL 640 will keep a sports format, thank God, but hasn't settled on programming beyond Jeff DeFlores' morning show, which will add an hour run from 6 to 10 a.m. with his 0.3 share. That's what he had in the book, by the way, 0.3. So I'd certainly add another hour of that. WFTL 1400 will remain an ESPN radio affiliate. W.I.N.Z. See, there you go. WFTL 640 and WFTL 1400. Can anybody figure that out?
No.
Does anybody understand that?
No.
WINZ's format switch means the Miami-Fort Lauderdale market will have 5 all-sports stations, including WQAM and 790 The Ticket, which Barry has up his head up their ass. Well, the Herald's got that incestuous relationship with the ticket, and all they got is LeBastard. So we got another INZ with a signal, a station with a signal was 50,000 watts right in the middle of the dial. Of course, they had a big signal back when they tried it the first time, the All Sports, when Stu Gatz was there and Clarence was a booking guest for him. Remember those days?
Yep.
Now, this is amusing. Ordinarily, these jokes, I don't bother with them.
Yeah.
Subject, a loving husband. This is old, but it's cute. A man breaks into a house to look for money and guns. Inside, he finds a young couple in bed. He orders the guy out of the bed and ties him to a chair. While tying the homeowner's wife to the bed, the convict gets on top of her, kisses her neck, then gets up and goes into the bathroom. While he's in there, the husband whispers over to his wife, "Listen, this guy's an escaped convict. Look at his clothes. He's probably spent a lot of time in jail, hasn't seen a woman in years. I saw how he kissed your neck. If he wants sex, don't resist, don't complain, do whatever he tells you. Satisfy him no matter how much he nauseates you. This guy is obviously very dangerous. If he gets angry, he'll kill us both. Be strong, honey, I love you." His wife responds, "He wasn't kissing my neck, he was whispering in my ear. He told me that he's gay, thinks you're cute, and asked if we had any Vaseline. I told him it was in the bathroom. Be strong, honey, I love you too."
It is cute and old.
It's cute and old. I thought it's cute. Maybe the husband was cute. We'll see. No pictures. Okay, here's the poll result from yesterday. We got up to 1,001 votes, and that's when I Schmidt-canned it and changed it. 1,001. Who should be the host on 560 WQM from the 2 to 4 slot? George Rodriguez wins 237. You got your own show, 2 to 4.
Oh, yeah, right.
Suds Coleman, 185. WTF, we added that later on, moved up to 154.
Mm-hmm.
Flea, 125. Oh, they love Flea. All the people that hate you like poison, this was their chance. Oh, he's such a great sidekick.
Hey, anybody that you put in here. But
That's
I like
correct.
Flea a lot. I'm his number one
fan. If it was a Flea. Mo Howard David is next with 96. Captain Curtis, 92. The Big O, who's got that show, has only got 52 votes. He's doing 2 to 4, and he's only got 52 votes. I guess he's not
Rock solid.
Steve Geldstein, which I got another email from his boyfriend about that, 37. His boyfriend, what's the guy's name? Leo?
Mm-hmm.
I'll find it. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Leo Austin. Leo, he loves Geldy. Oh, yeah. Let's see, Geldy had 37 votes. Adam Cooperstein, 16, and Jesse Agler, only 7. Why did Jesse do so poorly? I guess nobody ever hears him because he's on 5 in the morning.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Because he's good.
He is good.
He's got a great voice. He belongs on the air. He knows his sports crap.
And he
only gets 7 votes. What?
And he's a good guy.
Yeah, all of these things, you know.
All of these things.
He doesn't squeak like that. But nevertheless, yeah, I'll get to Leo's email momentarily about Geldy. Oh, Neil, you're such a sick, nasty, bitter old son of a bitch. Yeah, that's right.
Biggest name.
Oh, my God, your breasts are beautiful.
Any smartphone can make calls, surf the web, email, and take pictures. However, only one can tell you what you did last night. Introducing Blackout Berry.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm so hungover. Where am I? Wait, this isn't my apartment.
Just a touch of a button, and Blackout Berry fills you in on all the sordid details, complete with sound and video.
Dancing on the tables? How did that guy get my bra? Oh, no. No, not the geeky guy. Oh, no, I didn't kiss him. Ew.
You did more than that, sweetheart.
Prepare yourself for a storm of embarrassment with a bold new approach to remembering what you'd rather forget. Blackout Berry.
Also, speaking of
Rectum,
Joe Bell finally responded to my email about that thing.
Oh,
and
good.
You should have an email from Jolly Joe in your box.
Ooh, well, I'll go check.
Because he emailed all the appropriate parties involved in that thing. Involved in that farce, where they're going to start pretending they really are paying attention to the show.
Just play along, man.
What?
Just play along.
Oh, I am. I'll be there. I'll be on the conference call, just like I was with that one with Joyce. Oh, boy. I was farting up a storm all during that thing. They couldn't
I was
hear it or smell
tempted.
it. Leo Austin is back again. Subject, complaints and grievances. I wrote in a couple of days ago, I'm getting to write a response now. I'll tell you what, Leo, what you ought to do is write every day the same crap, just like you did this twice.
Yeah.
Write it every day, and maybe by the end of 6 months, I'll think Geldy is like Walter Cronkite. You can claim that Geldy is horrible because of his voice. Your theory of great broadcasting makes no sense. First of all, I never gave any theory of great broadcasting. By your logic, a host should be able to carry a show as long as they have a great voice and nothing else. I've never said that. There are people with fantastic voices who can put you in a coma. Like Greg Fadick, for example. He's got a great, deep voice. Can you imagine him doing a talk show? I don't think so. Right. Not. How can that make any sense to you or anyone? It doesn't. Because I never said that. But keep putting words in my mouth, Leo, just to make your point. Great voice does not a great radio show make. Please stop being so biased. Stop. A great voice in radio doesn't mean much anymore. We're not in the 1950s, Neil. Goldie is great, and that's that. I know it sickens you that fans like me actually like the guy. No, it doesn't make me sick at all. You can like whatever you want. I could care less. I have nothing against Geldy, other than he's a squeakmeister and doesn't belong on the air. Perhaps there's jealousy there. Goldie is beloved by the fans. Yeah, I'm jealous of Geldy. Stop crying about it. Goodbye, sir, and have a great day. Live and let live, Neil, you sick, sick man. Goodbye, sir, and have a great day, and then live and let live, you sick, sick man. This has got to be either from Geldy himself, or from his boyfriend, Leo Austin. He doesn't belong on the air, okay? It's not complicated. I'll say this, he does an adequate job doing the Panther games. By the way, how about those Panthers 5-1 over the Frogs last night? Oh, they're on fire, man, them Panthers. They are on fire. They kicked their ass. I watched a little bit of that. And they kicked some serious ass. That goal by Richard Zednick was a thing of beauty. Nice going, Dick. But at any rate, I don't like Geldy on the air. Personally, I have no problem with him, other than the fact that he thinks he belongs on the air. He's got delusions of grandeur. But nevertheless, if you like him, great. We'll put him on a lot just for you, Leo. We tried him there 1-2, and he had a point. What did he have? A 1 point? Yeah, that seems to be the 2 to 4 number. Since the Mad Dog moved out into the late afternoon, is a 1 point. And now a 1.1. 9:40, going back to Fox All Sports again. Oh, my God. And what's going to happen to Scare America? Didn't say anything about that because Barry doesn't care about that because it has nothing to do with sports. It has nothing to do with lathering up your jockstrap and sniffing it all day and shoving it into your face. Yeah, sniff that jockstrap. Once worn by Jimmy Syphilis, I'll bet. Yeah, I'll bet you Barry listens to that. Here's a obit. British singer-songwriter John Martin, whose soulful songs were covered by the likes of Eric Clapton, died yesterday. He was 60. That's not very old. But you know what he was?
What?
Let me give you a clue. Real fat. Real fat. Got a photo of him here. Wow. Big, fat guy. His face, it looks like the veins are going to pop right out of his head. Martin's official website said the musician who lived in Ireland died yesterday morning. Didn't give a cause of death. A skilled guitarist and earthy vocalist influenced by folk, blues, and jazz, Martin performed with and was admired by musicians including Clapton, Pink Floyd's David Gilmour, and Phil Collins. Doesn't say anything about Doug Gilmour. Collins said Thursday that Martin had been a great friend. He was uncompromising, which made him infuriating to some people, but he was unique and we'll never see the likes of him again, Collins said. Martin was born Ian David McGeechee near London in 1948, but grew up in Glasgow, Scotland. David McGeechee. He took up the guitar in his teens, moved to London, and released a series of enduring albums, including The Road to Ruin. Oh, what's that line you were using about quiet despair?
Living a life of quiet despair. Is that what it is?
Living a life of quiet despair. That's us at QAM. Right. Oh.
Sometimes not so quiet.
Anyway, Road to Ruin, regarded by some critics as one of the best British albums of the 70s. Martin never became a household name, but his songs were praised by critics and highly regarded by other musicians. I never heard of him. M-A-R-T-Y-N, John Martin. You ever hear of him?
Nope.
One of the best known, May You Never, was recorded by Clapton and a host of others. Martin had a reputation as a hellraiser, acknowledged that alcohol and drugs had sometimes led him into trouble. Well, fat and booze and drugs is a bad combination. Right?
Yep.
I've been mugged in New York and luckily fought my way out of it, he told the Daily Mirror newspaper last year. I've been shot a couple of times as well, but I just lay down and pretended to be dead. I guess I'm hard to kill, he said. Well, I guess not that hard. He was only 60 and now he's dead. Martin had suffered health problems in recent years. In 2008, had a leg amputated below the knee because of a burst cyst. He continued to perform, appearing at last year's Celtic Connections Festival in Glasgow. I almost said Celtic, but I'm sure it's Celtic. Am I right?
Whatever.
How do you say it? The Boston Celtics?
I don't say that.
Last month, Martin was named an OBE, Officer of the Order of the British Empire, by the Queen for his contribution to music, and now he died. Well, I guess, once you get that, you're ready to lay down and die, once the Queen puts her thing on your shoulder. The Queen's got a thing, by the way, and she'd like to put it on your shoulder.
You.
Oh, yeah. You know what's his name said? What's the Prince, what's her husband's name?
The Queen's husband?
Prince Philip.
Oh, okay.
Prince Philip. And in that book by Kitty Kelly, he said he couldn't get her out of his damn bed. They had separate beds, the royal beds, but he couldn't get that horny bitch out of his bed. And he wasn't too happy about it because he has, Prince Philip's got a lady friend in every port, all over the world. is the rumor. That's the popular rumor. That whole family, man, they're just horny as hell. Including, what's his name, with the big ears, Prince Charles. Well, just a rider like a rocking horse, Charlie. Just to pretend you're sitting on a rocking horse. And that was the advice that the Queen gave Prince Philip. Because when he got involved with Diana, when they hooked him up with Diana, he didn't know how to do the deed. So it said in the book, anyway. I don't know how Kitty Kelly knows that. You think he would admit that to somebody?
Maybe she was hiding in the closet or something.
Might be. Like, what's his name? Like, what the hell was his name? Too many names and too many
oh, I know.
stories.
Now I can't remember.
See, I told you.
Well, I've been sick. Kathy Willits and Jeff...
Jeff Willits.
There it is.
Kathy Willits' husband. He was hiding in a closet. Very good. And then that politician, what the hell was his name? Oh, I don't know.
Doug Danziger.
Very good. Oh, my God. George is on top of it.
Needed to get it rolling there.
Wow. That
needed a
is
little
shocking.
bit of a jump start.
That's fabulous. Oh, here's that email just came through on my Crackberry from Joe Bell. Conference call. I'd like to... yeah, okay. Now, did you get it yet?
I did. I replied. I said, I'll be there with bells on.
Well, of course you will, because you're just a flunky. Who the hell are you? You don't have any other important meetings to go to like the other people.
Ah, that's where you're wrong.
What? Well, I'm talking about station meetings.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't have any of those.
No.
Okay, here's the poll. Who's the most incompetent? The new poll. And I know there's a lot of other names could be on here, but we're not going to add to it. 157. It's got 8 million things on here already. FEMA and Hurricane Katrina, 36. WQAM Management, 21. Boy, I'd sure like to vote for that again. Condoleezza on 9/11, 21. Donald Rumsfeld, 19. The SEC, 2007 and 8, 10. Fredo, 9. I voted for Fredo just for old time's sake. For Godfather's sake. The Dallas Police, the Oswald murder, when Jack Ruby came in there and bada bing, 6. Washington Press Corps, 5. GM Management, 4. Marcia Clark, 4. Boy, he's in there rotting, though, now. Isn't that great that he's in there rotting for years and years? Oh, I love it. AIG Executives, 4. Cam Cameron, the Scamster, 4. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Selection Committee, 3. Abe Lincoln's Bodyguard, 3. CIA, 3. Donna Brazil, 1. French Army Brass, 1939, 1. Alan Greenspan, 1. Britney Spears Manager, 1. Munich Police at the 72 Olympics, 1. And none yet for Crazy Jim Cramer on the Gambling Channel, Herbert Hoover, General McClellan, or Mike Tyson's manager, out of the first 157 vote.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Neil God.
want to say I'm out of touch, but that's called Billboard Top 25 Songs of 2008 Mashup.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Oh. I don't know any of those songs.
I only heard one.
That's what I'm saying. So what does that mean, Top 25 Songs of 2008 Mashup?
I think they're scamming us.
Well, that 2008 Parody and Review was pretty good.
Yeah. That 6-minute thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, not
play it
6
again.
minutes. This one's only 4...
Well, play it twice then.
I don't understand. I mean, I just played it, but I don't understand what it is. I thought it was going to be like a mash of the top 25 songs.
Like a
And like
medley.
you said, I heard one. Boy, look at those emails. Pretty slim. I don't even see any tips on the second race at Gulfstream today. Neil at neilrogers.com. Let's get those emails cranking, man. Boy, when Flea was here the last 2 days, we had emails up the old earlobe.
He's right across the hall. I can go get him back.
No. Well, it's up to you. I mean, you know.
I'll go back home.
No. No, we talked a lot about his days in Tampa radio, which I didn't know anything about, and about Tampa itself, which I don't know why anybody would want to hear about that. But we did, and he was just fine, you know.
Mm-hmm. He's a good guy.
We sure had a lot of response, man. Lots and lots. And then Bluebell Ice Cream is going to make an appearance on Monday. It's making its South Florida debut on Monday.
Good.
And we also didn't have any response on that either. We had a lot of response, but not to anything we talked about, which is typical. It's always been that way, just like with the calls, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to sit down and do my monologue for 35 minutes and bop, 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 you know, and then the calls would come in and none of them would have anything to say about what I was talking about. So this crap about, well, if you would just do topics, Neil, I don't do topics anymore. Topics are terminal. Even George would agree with that.
Yep.
Topics. Let's talk about birth control. Let's talk about abortion. Oh, my God. When I think back to those days. Oh, Brandon is here anyway. Please don't play that awful bit again. For a second, I thought power was bleeding over the stream. Yeah, it really is awful. I couldn't wait for it to end, even though it's long. It's 4 minutes and some odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept waiting for it to go somewhere.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it went away, finally,
Yeah.
Thank God. I thought that had such promise. Oh, there's Sarah. She's going to D.C.
At a late political black tie event.
Like I said, the media's obsessed with crazy people. Rod Blagojevich and Sarah Palin and all these other... Oh, and yesterday we had a guy on the emails who was trying to peddle me Ron Paul.
Oh, him again.
I guess he didn't get the message that the election is over and Ron Paul didn't get any votes and he didn't get the nomination and nobody cares about freaking Ron Paul. And this guy on and on, over and over. Oh... I mean, why is it that if I don't agree with whatever they say, that therefore that makes me an evil person? I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, and I'll read their crap, and then I go on with my life. Sending me an email isn't going to change my politics. It's not going to change my life. God. Oh, no, you're wrong, Neil. We need to change you. Like Ted Haggard last night. Oh, brother. I wish you'd have seen a few minutes of that.
On Larry?
Yeah. I never watched Larry, but I was channel surfing, and there he was, Ted
Double
Haggard. I thought,
no chance.
Why?
Because he's on there.
Ted or Larry?
As if Larry wasn't unctuous enough, I'm going to watch him when he has somebody that I can't stand on there.
Oh. Well, Larry's not
trying to make excuses for himself.
Larry was licking his tushy a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife was on there.
I'm
and, oh, well, I'm a Christian. I have to forgive. I'm a Christian. Oh, my God. And these are the same people always condemning the faggots to burn in hell and all the other crap that they spew. And in the meantime, they're diddling everything that moves and some things that can't move anymore.
Yep.
They're the ones that are going into the graveyard digging up the old bodies, like Esmeralda. How's she doing, by the way? She's still doing the Hunchback?
Who?
Evangelical pastor Esmeralda from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh,
well,
she ran off with that other guy.
She did?
Phoebus, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Phoebus.
That was the guy's name.
Phobos?
All right.
Evangelical pastor Ted Haggard described yesterday as fundamentally true an assertion that he engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a 20-year-old male volunteer in 2006. Well, there's nothing when a 20-year-old volunteers. The incident occurred when the two men were in bed together. Grant Haas said in the videotaped interview played on CNN's Larry King Live. He pretty much asked me if it was okay if he masturbated in front of me or masturbated in the bed next to me, Haas said. I told him no, it would make me really uncomfortable. But he grabbed a bottle of lotion and started masturbating. Haas added, Haggard used to say to me, you know what, Grant, you can become a man of God and you can have a little bit of fun on the side, too. Haggard, 52, said the incident was an indicator of the compulsive behavior that ruled him at the time. However, he said he's been undergoing therapy during the 2 years since and working it out. When in doubt, work it out, with or without the lotion. Controversy involving Haggard first erupted in November 2006 when former prostitute Mike Jones said the pastor had paid him for sex over 3 years and had used methamphetamine in his presence. Haggard initially admitted in interviews he received a massage from Jones, but denied having sex with him. Well, I think when they massage your penis, that's generally called sex. He also said he bought meth, but threw it away instead of using it. He bought it, but he just threw it away.
I see. He didn't inhale.
That's right. The assertions received widespread news coverage and sparked charges of hypocrisy, especially because Haggard has condemned homosexual sex like all the other good Christians of his ilk, of his cloth. And it goes on and on and on and on. Oh, I think that Mark Jones rescued me by disclosing the information. I paid a heavy price. It was stupid, he said. Haggard likened his struggles with his desires to the struggles faced by dieters who say, I'm not going to eat today, and then they eat. Yeah, I'm not going to screw around with guys today, but then they screw around with guys. Sounds a little bit
gay
to me, but what would I know?
Neil? God?
The number one problem facing sport hosts today is getting laid.
I don't know. I want to touch a girl.
Yeah, it's strip joints and whorehouses that maintain confidence in your manlyhood. But when you're going to get some on your own merit without having to lay out expendable cash? Well, now's your chance with Sport Hole Radio's White Men in the Keys contest. Look for the life-size bust of Geldy's head urinal cake, made from the wholesome goodness of genuine urinal cake. While in the urinal, you'll find the URL. Then enter it on your cell. Enter username, Vagrant. Password, The Batch. Then wait for your chance to win.
Wow! Another winner!
White Men in the Keys.
On 960 WQAM. Hip, hip, hooray!
All right.
14 before 11 at 560 WQAM. We got the Big O at the Super Bowl too this afternoon, but I'm still going to be so glad when the Super Bowl crap is over with. I mean, Arizona and Pittsburgh, give me a break. I'm not even going to watch the game. I have no interest. I hate both teams. I don't hate Arizona. I just don't like them. I don't think they belong there. And the Steelers, can't stand them. Ever since that immaculate reception by Franco Harris, I've hated the Steelers. George, of course, has got a tremendous betting interest on it.
I have no trouble ignoring everything that's going on with regards
Mad Dog
to
at
that.
Super Bowl 4-7. Dolphin tonight 7-8 from somewhere. And then DA 8-11. Greg Likens with his usual Friday show 11 till 1 in the morning. I don't understand why we have a show on Friday night from 11 to 1, and then the rest of the week we have ESPN, which is really cheap. Open up a pot. It's the cheap channel way, baby. Open up a pot and put some syndicated crap on here, which starting in March is what they're going to do on 940. 50,000 watts right in the middle of the dial, and they're going to do another bogus sports station with all these syndicated goofballs, Dan Patrick and Romy. Oh, God. If it fails, if at first you fail again. It's like putting a hockey team in Atlanta. Oh, gee, they failed there before. I think they're going to really pack them in now. Not. Andrew in Richmond Hill says that mashup song you played was La Vida song by Coldplay with lines from a bunch of other popular songs mixed into it. Which is notable because they were sued by a virtuoso guitar artist named Joe Satriani. They plagiarized his song quite obviously, so I guess that's why it's supposed to be funny to mix a bunch of the other songs in there as well.
I see.
P.S. Tell George that we got the good stuff up here in Ontario. They got the good stuff, eh?
Yeah, I got the good stuff right here.
TR says mashups aren't mixes or remixes, but you actually take elements from the songs to create a joint song. Oh, there we go again with the joint. Biggest mashup album was Linkin Park Jay-Z about 2 years ago. The tracks state that they are as follows. Then it's got a list of all these tracks. I don't care. It's just a horrible bit. Wouldn't you agree?
Right,
I could play it again.
No, twice.
But I won't. It would be bad. Really bad. Here's one from the fake Joey Reynolds. Russ Oasis is high. Yeah, screw both of you, okay? With your phony lunch. Oh, yeah, we're going to open up the... Remember that deal at IOD? They tried to get you to stab Rick and Suds in the back, go to Boy Gary, and get Joey the afternoon gig. I mean, oh, my God. Just pathetic. Talk about devious and dangerous. Russ Oasis says hi. He is sad for you. Thinks you're wasting away at WQAM. Well, be sad for somebody else. Like Vincent said in Godfather 3, love somebody else. You had a good sidekick yesterday. He wasn't Bill Marshall, but was a lot better than the stiff you usually have in there, says Joey. Well, he hates you like poison.
Right. The fake Joey Reynolds, G.
And the fake Bill Marshall.
Right. That's Homo Jones or one of them, like all of them.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Homo Jones?
Or one of them. Who knows?
Maybe he drinks homogenized milk.
Yeah. With a turkey baster.
This is cute. This really cracks me up. Janice says, why do you hate kids? I just got done listening to your Wednesday show from the archives. Anyway, you went off about how you hate babies and they should stay off airplanes. I didn't say I hate babies. I hate loud, screaming babies in first class when I pay an arm and a leg to sit in what's supposed to be like a more comfortable, enjoyable atmosphere.
Just let these people tell you what you said, all right?
Yeah, that's right. Just like Leo there with the comments about Geldy and about a great voice, which I never said anything about. You have to have a great voice to do a great talk show.
Doesn't matter what
but you have to have at least a listenable voice, not sounding like fingernails on a freaking blackboard, Leo.
You say what they want you to have said.
Anyway, you went off about how you hate babies, now they should stay off airplanes. What? How can anyone say that? I know you're not a parent, but you have no idea about kids. What am I, mother of two, supposed to do with kids? Leave them at home with some random family member?
Stick them in the microwave.
No, stick them in the coach where they belong with you, honey. Stick them way in the back in cargo. There's something really wrong with society when people criticize you if you try to do your job as a parent. Well, believe you me, the people I was complaining about weren't doing their jobs as a parent.
The point.
Their kids were running all over Hell's Half Acre in a first-class cabin. They were out of control, and the mother was out of control, too. She was up and down like a freaking top. Like a jack-in-the-box. I would find a better solution, but there simply is none. Babies cry. You can't help it. Instead of complaining, you can simply bring earplugs or an iPod or something to cover the noise. That ain't hard to do, Neil. Yeah, bring earplugs. I'm a great mother, and I tell you, I would not take my kids on an airplane, but sometimes there's no other choice. Put yourself in the parent's shoes. It's that easy. Sorry to go off like that and sound like a bitch, but I don't like it when people are so anti-kids like you. You know something? I think that even parents, I could be wrong, but even parents who've raised kids through that stage of being little and crying and screaming, I think that even they, if they buy an expensive seat in business or first class, they are irritated when somebody's little kid is on there in business class. They don't belong there, okay? They don't belong in business class. They belong in monkey business class, way in the back. Whoa, but you hate kids. That's right. I'm W.C. Fields. I hate kids. I hate everybody. According to that one email the other day, I hate everybody. Right. I hate all the people I work with. I hate this one. I hate the callers. I hate the emailers. I hate everybody. Because they're all in my head. They all know exactly where I'm coming from. Oh, it won't be long before we hear from You're My Bitch. That'll be on there soon, I'm sure. As the South Florida negativity continues spreading northward. Here's one about Jesse. Neil, Jesse is great reading the sports news, and he sounded great when he did some Marlins games a few years ago, but he's miserable on talk shows. He's one of the most boring and dry people ever. He'd be great doing the Canes or Dolphins games, but please keep him off talk shows. Vanilla ice cream is more exciting than him. On another note, why is your station so obsessed with the Super Bowl? Are the Dolphins playing? I could care less what some washed-up, illiterate athlete thinks about this game. Right. I keep hearing you talk about your station having money issues, and I hear 345 guys live from Tampa. Is the station not paying their way? They're paying them to be on the air, I'll tell you that. Seems pretty ridiculous to me. It's a football game, not the election, says Charles in Pinecrest. Well, I got news for you. Our station didn't care about the election. All they care about is football games. It's part of Joe Bell and his stupid-ass wall of football. Oh, here you go. Marty's got a good point. Why don't you have Joyce on the poll so I can vote accurately? Add Joyce to the poll. Most incompetent?
Doing it.
Well, it says QAM management, but I guess she's in a separate category all by itself.
Should I write something in parentheses like our lawyer or something like that?
No, Joyce. Listen, if they don't know Joyce, then they have no business voting on the poll. Are you kidding me? Our lawyer? What happened to you during those 2 days when you were sick? Did you have like Berry or something?
That's what it was, yeah.
Did you have like some kind of a brain fart?
Whatever you said.
And by the way, if you had it, don't play it on the air. I know what I'm going to do today just to get even with Joyce. I'm playing this for 4 hours. That sucked. That was really bad. I apologize to the audience for playing that, by the way, although at least a couple people out there under the age of 100 knew what that's all about. I don't, and I don't want to know. They're mashing it. They're mashing it. I'd like to smash it with a ball-peen hammer, is what I would like to do. I'd also like to smash Rod Blagojevich and the people in the media who keep putting him on the air. Oh, God. If you could have seen the performance by Chris Matthews last night on Softballs, Go ahead. And then as soon as the guy would start talking, well, what do you think? I mean, do you think he really, and the guy is standing there, you can tell by the look on his face how exasperated he's getting, because Chris Matthews won't let him say anything. Go ahead.
You got to play that bit again.
What?
You got to play that bit again now.
No, don't start promoting the Chris Matthews bits. I played it yesterday.
Okay, sorry.
I'll play it. I'll get to it. I'll play all of them. Oh, don't you know that the Nicky bits and the, I'll play whatever I want to play, okay? And you'll keep listening. Those of you with all the complaints, those are the ones you guaranteed will never turn it out. Just like, you're my bitch or whatever that is. Every minute of every day, you're listening, you're taking mental notes, you're squeezing yourself while you're listening. Just the sound of my voice gets them all worked up. Oh, my God. Whoa. Long. Oh, Edwin. Oh, not Edwin. Oh, I thought it was from like a real person. Edwin. You know Edwin?
No.
He's the Rod Blagojevich of our audience. He's another crazy person. And here's one from Joe about that top 25 mash, that mishmash, that crap that I'm going to play again over and over. That's the new format, Joe Bell. In lieu of calls, we're mashing it. We're going to do the monster mash. And Joyce is going to be the monster. And we're going to mash her ugly ass. Oh, Flea was telling me that she's not attractive, by the way.
Okay.
That was his diplomatic way of saying it, that she's an ugly bitch. Norma also has passed along that information. Edwin says, what's up, Neil? I moved to Texas about 2 weeks ago. It blows too many Bible thumpers. I still got you and George, so I'll get through it. Is there anything worth... oh, boy. Although the food is good here, good barbecue joints... And they got Fuddruckers. I must admit I had some killer Mexican food. What's up with Flea? Is he going to replace Fat Chris or Joe Bell going to replace him? Seems like as soon as somebody associates himself with the Neil Rogers Show, they get fired within 6 months. I wanted to talk about the 2 to 4 hours the poll suggested yesterday, but never mind. Who cares? They'll screw it up anyway. Is Kenny Walker still available or maybe Jason Jackass? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was sick, so I didn't get to weigh in on that discussion.
Yeah.
About the 2 to 4 slot, so I'm just like really, really briefly. If God Almighty, Jesus F. Christ, or anyone else who might get a number would be available for that slot, they won't put them on there. Exactly.
Because they wouldn't suck and they wouldn't fail.
Right.
Joe says, hey, Neil and George, that top 25 mix you played is a collage of the crap my daughters are exposed to on the radio. No, it's not too racy, and I'm not an old uptight Christian. Today's pop radio is just watered-down, sterile noise, devoid of any soul, rhythm, or meaning. As George said, the songs on constant rotation are chosen by a bunch of suits who have no taste in music. And it's played to simpletons with the same non-taste in music. The video on your website of the Christian whore who struggled to hang up the phone on the crank is hilarious. Welcome back, George, and O'Neill, my queen god, says Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Top 25 bowl of mush, he described it. Nice going, Joe.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Here's the story of a lovely lady, a Victoria's Secret model who's well known. Many teens stole that catalog from their mother when they were all alone. Here's the story of a man, Tom Brady, who was the New England Patriots quarterback. But in the opening game of the season, we heard his left knee crack. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, they've been seen at all the Hollywood functions. Now these two are engaged to be married. That's the way they all became Brady Bunchen. Brady Bunchen. Brady Bunchen. That's the way they became Brady Bunchen.
Yeah, he's been munching the bunchin'. It's 11:03 at QAM. Guess what? I got a great idea.
With ownership, but it also starts with important leadership at the top, keeping your head coach, keeping your general manager, keeping those coaches in place, keeping that personnel department in place.
It's the owner and CEO of the Falcons, Arthur Blank. It's the NFL Network. What do you think?
Whatever.
We could just play their audio. We'd be right on top of the Super Bowl. We wouldn't have to be feeling left out, like 20 hours of Super Bowl talk all around us.
Somehow I'm not feeling left out at all.
Crap.
I'm not feeling left out at all somehow.
So I think they have a chance to do that, but it's only a chance. It doesn't happen by saying it.
They said they got a chance in their pants or some crap like that. I don't know. It's really boring to me. It's boring as hell. I mean, the Patriots aren't in it, and the Dolphins aren't in it, which anybody knew that they wouldn't be, although what a great season. Now, what a turnaround. Yeah, okay. By the way, the word is jewelry. There's no such word as jewelry.
I've been saying that for years to people. Been trying to teach Americans how to speak
jewelry.
English. Jewelry. It's
right.
Made out of jewels.
That's correct.
Jewelry.
Jewels.
Right.
There are no Jews necessarily,
not jewelry,
but jewels.
Jewelry. Right.
Just like it's February and library.
Right.
Now, I was thinking since Sunday is February 1st, why don't they just, because most people are stupid anyway, why don't they just take the R, the first R out of it and make it February?
Oh, man, we could clean up the English language if you're going to start.
Wouldn't that be a good idea?
A lot of stuff like that,
and take the first R out of library and make it library.
Just to accommodate the illiterate?
Because that's the way most idiots say. I agree with you, kids on planes, but even worse is kids in movie theaters, says somebody.
Amen.
I don't need a kid crying during a horror film. Says, call me Batman. Yeah, Batman my ass.
I'll go get the Batman.
Phil says, you're absolutely correct, sir. There's no reason why parents should allow their kids to run around all over the place. They also do it in restaurants. I'm a parent, never allowed my kids to run around like some parents do. These parents are lazy and don't care. They're bad parents, okay? They're bad human beings. They're inconsiderate. They think that everything that their kids do or that their pets do, like the dogs. I see some people let their dog, they have, guests in the house, and they let the dogs just run crazy.
Yeah.
No discipline,
exactly.
baby.
Right.
It says, I'm a parent, never allowed my kids to run around like some parents do. These parents are lazy and don't care. They just don't want to be bothered. The managers of these establishments should ask these parents to leave, but on a plane, I guess that's impossible. No, they should have an emergency chute to shove them out.
That's right, or just shoot them.
If these parents can't control their kids, they shouldn't have them. Well, guess what, Phil? As you know, it doesn't take a lot of talent to make babies. Even the dumbest people ever born make babies. A lot of them. Oh, and here's a picture of some chick holding a bottle of beer between her boobs. Oh, boy, you're sure barking up the wrong tree with that. Send it to George. He'll love it.
No, it's all right.
I mean, it's just...
if I want one of those pictures, I'll take such a picture.
I see. Well, she was very attractive, as you say.
Nevertheless.
Jewelry. Say it. Jewelry.
Jewelry. You hear it all the time, newscasters and commercials.
Jewelers.
Jewelry. No, it drives me nuts.
Jewelers.
Jewelers.
Jews.
It's a jeweler.
Choose the Jews.
Choose.
Anyway, Oi Schmoy says the worst flights I ever had was because of screaming brats being ignored by their mothers instead of strapping on the parachute and giving the rest of us a break.
There are
the
worse
nursing
things.
home smell only adds to the misery. I don't hate kids, just out of control kids. That says it exactly. Oi Schmoy, you put your thumb right in it.
Babies and their parents.
I don't hate kids, just out of control kids.
Listen to me.
Well,
there's something that a baby can do that's much worse and much more annoying than scream, no matter how loud. Yeah. And then the parents refuse to change the child.
Really?
So you got to sit there their whole flight smelling the baby crap.
Oh, I don't want to smell baby poop. Smells like.
Who does?
It smells like rancid applesauce.
It smells like crap.
Well, that's because it is. It's like walking into a public restroom. Oh, it smells like crap in here.
Yeah, coincidence?
Even at my advanced age and all, I've been around the block a few times, all over the world. But I go in it like at Woodbine. I'll go into the public tea room, and there are times I think, oh, my God, it smells like crap in here. And then I realize that's the smell of crap. Oh, sorry, Joyce. It's the smell of Joyce. Now, let me ask you, does she smell like Joyce? Because you were in that meeting.
I didn't huff her.
Did you sit anywhere close by her?
I did.
Because Fat Chris in that email. Now, were you here the day that Fat Chris sent that email in?
Yes.
Okay. And he said that he was waiting around to talk to you, but you were busy schmoozing with Joyce and trying to give her some lessons
in there
about
like
life.
10 minutes talking to her and the lawyer.
Yeah. Why were you wasting your time?
That's just me.
Hard ass.
I'm a time wasted.
Just won't take no for an answer, that little George.
As to when, because she said that we can revisit the issue, so I was trying to get some...
Let me give you an old expression that I think really sums it up well. Where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
Nevertheless, I wasn't going to be guilty of not trying,
Here's one that says, what the F, you bitchin'... Oh, Edwin, go away, Edwin. How do you like this? You bitch and moan about not getting any email I just sent you and you didn't read it in its entirety, you a-hole. Never writing you again, you hypocrite mother effer, Edwin. You're a crazy person, Edwin. Crazy person. Go sit on a cactus there somewhere in Texas. Do they have cactus in Texas or just in Arizona and New Mexico?
I wouldn't know. I imagine they do.
I bet you they got cactus.
I bet you they do.
Go sit on one, Ed, when you're a crazy person. Here's one from Rob. So the octuplets parents already have 6 brats. Who do we sue? The doctors who gave them the fertility drugs? Forced sterilization? They already had 6 kids. God, says Rob Neighborhood.
They should be fed to cannibals.
There you go. Crazy people making babies. Dumb people making babies. And you'll notice that dumb people and poor people make the most babies.
Coincidence?
And, of course, in this hemisphere, the reason that they make so many babies is because the Pope keeps telling them about the evils of birth control. Make lots of babies. Make the church happy. Not that the church is going to feed them or anything like that or give you any assistance. Make a lot of babies. Do a lot of the old in and out and make a lot of babies, and then we'll be proud of you. Then we can have more mob families. Ed says, oh, my God, Ed Till, the fake Ed Till. You know, of all the people to be a fake of, Ed Till. I've told you the story about him a million times, how they tried to pawn him off on me at WS News when I was the PD for about 5 minutes. Oh. What is your opinion of the demise of Air America? I don't have one. I don't have one. And it says the demise of Air America. Are they going off the air? I didn't know there's a demise. I know in the market they are because INZ's going sports and Cheap Channel's just cheapening up the deal. I figured the format would go over like Budweiser in Tampa. It says, who's the guy you had win with you yesterday? He sounded pretty good. Unlike the malcontent you have in there today. Oh, this is the fake Joey Reynolds.
Right.
Would you be open to the idea of a guest co-host? I would love to come in. Regards, Ed. No, I would not be open to the idea of any guest host, especially a loser like Ed Till. One of the all-time worst. And, boy, that covers a lot of territory. He makes Geldy sound like Westbrook Van Voorhees for Leo the Geldy lover. Oh, come on, you sick old man. Why are you knocking Geldy? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Wow. Cornell. You know, I would... Is there a way to control how does the font get determined when somebody sends you an email?
They determine it.
Well, up your font. Oh my God! You know what I mean? Little tiny print.
Yes. I mean, you can change that when you go to print.
Yeah. No, I don't need to do that when I print it out. I mean, I can read just fine without my glasses. Thank you. To be very honest with you, I have bifocals, and I don't really know why, because I don't use my glasses to read. I don't need them, and I don't use them.
I see.
Because I'm stupid, I guess.
You're nearsighted?
Yes, and it's a lot more expensive that way, too. And I like wasting money, you know me.
Sure.
Cornell says, great poll this morning. I wish you could add the Wall Street 8-holes to the poll. Let me get this straight. These 8-holes probably turned down thousands of small business and personal loans last year, but gave themselves bonuses for having the worst year in 40 years. That's right. And with the very same money that those people who asked for loans gave them in the TARP. They should put these guys in lockdown with some of the brothers doing life. Great show, Cornell in Miami. Thanks, Cornell. I like when Obama got PO'd yesterday with the CEOs, you know.
I missed
it. He got PO'd. And Biden always looks PO'd. Since he became vice president, man, he always looks really pissed off.
Good. Study into the economic issues that most impact on the lives of middle-class families. We're also launching a website today. The website will be a strong middle-class dot.
I thought it was going to be called whyamipissedoff.com, all about Joe Biden. Boy, he looks really ticked off. He looks like he's going to kill somebody very soon. And I wouldn't blame him. Are you sending me something?
Nope.
Somebody's sending me something. Probably another damn ad fax.
Probably.
Oh. Biggest name.
You get a lot of it. Sports! With Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio, WQAM. Welcome to Hardball on MSNBC. I'm Chris Matthews. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like a little fluffy white kitten who's just been given a warm bowl of milk. I feel like a completely different person since we have our new president, Barack Obama. It's just like on that show Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, who plays psychic medium Melinda Gordon. When she looks at Sam, she sees her dead husband Jim's face, because when he died, he jumped into Sam's body. I draw the parallel because when people look at me, they see me, Chris Matthews from Hardball on MSNBC. But when I look in the mirror, I see a little girl in a pink romper, my hair in pigtails, licking a lollipop with like a 2-foot circumference. I feel like Rose from 2.5 Men, you know, Charlie's stalker girlfriend. I'm totally in love with a man who doesn't know I'm alive. But it matters not. People say to me, hey, Chris, what about the fact that the Dow plunged to its lowest level in Inauguration Day history? So what? People say to me, hey, Chris, how can we possibly create 4 million new jobs under the Obama administration? I say he can. He's a candy man. He can take a rainbow, wrap it in his side, soak it in the sun, and make a gravy lemon pie. I feel like a cherry Pop-Tart that's been baked golden brown to perfection in the toaster oven, and it's just sitting on the counter waiting to be consumed. I feel like Angelina Jolie's underpants. It's a new day. Same old crappy economy, wars, horrible real estate market, endless despair and divisiveness. But now we have a president who can take tomorrow, dip it in a dream, separate the sorrow, and collect up all the cream. Obama can. Obama can. He's the candy man. I'm Chris Matthews playing hotball on MSNBC.
Who can take a sunrise?
Who can take a sunrise? And then sprinkle it with dew. Obama can. He covers it in chocolate and a miracle or two. You know why? He's a candy man. Yes, he can. The candy man can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now, do you ever watch him? I hope not.
I've seen him. It's not quite the same as watching him.
And I do watch it. I don't know why. I mean, like Rachel Maddow, when she comes on, I'll watch about 2 minutes, and then I realize that it's her, and I just can't deal with her, and that she's got like a real ugly voice. You know, there's such a thing as an ugly face, which she also
there you go again. You just hate women.
No, listen to me. She's got an ugly voice. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's an annoying voice, but an ugly voice is like Joe Zagacki's got an ugly voice. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that. And I just don't like her.
Sounded like you were singing Duke of Earl there for a second.
Duke of Earl, douche. Don't say douche.
No.
You'll get Joyce all over your ass.
Bag.
I bet you Larry's got, well, anyway. 267 votes on today's second poll. Who's the most incompetent? FEMA during Hurricane Katrina, 60. Condoleezza during 9/11, 33. Donald Rumsfeld, 29, during his lifetime. WQAM Management, 29. The SEC, 2007 and 8, 20. Fredo, 13. Nice going, Fredo. Hey, Fredo, say another Hail Mary. Come on, can't hurt. Washington Press Corps, 12. AIG Executives, 9. Dallas Police during the Oswald murder, 8. Jack Ruby. Hey, they knew Jack. Scamron, 7. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Selection Committee, 6. GM Management, 6. Alan Greenspan, 6. Abe Lincoln's Bodyguard, 6. How's the play, Abe? Marsha Clark, 5. CIA, 5. Joyce, 4. She was a late addition. She's moving on up. Munich Police during the 72 Olympics, 3. Donna Brazile, 1. Now, why does she have a vote? Donna Brazile. I'm just not a big fan of hers at all. Well, she's a woman, you know. I'll tell you who I really liked was this Lady Attorney General of Illinois that was on there last night trying to speak when Chris Matthews kept interrupting her. She's a brilliant woman. Wow. Very impressive. And she really knew her crap. Another lady I don't like is Maria Bartiromo, even though she emails us religiously every day. Mm-hmm. Jim Cramer, Crazy Kramer, 1. Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know about investing in the market is the fact they've got a crazy guy on doing cartwheels and going, about your money. I don't know about you, but there's nothing funny about losing your money.
No.
Like yesterday at Woodbine, I lost my ass. I mean, bad. But that's the way it goes. I had a real hot streak, and now I'm on a cold streak. It goes in streaks. Don't ask me why, but all gamblers know that it goes in streaks. French Army Brass 1939 won. Herbert Hoover won. General McClellan won. Britney Spears' manager won. And Mike Tyson's manager has got the big none. Speaking of the big, he'll be on it too. It is. Incredible. Go ahead and say it. It really is incredible. He's got a 1.1 share, but, you know, they like him a lot. I guess the audience doesn't. Jeffrey is our contestant today for the Pick a Pony contest, and we'll be carrying the second race. We'll get race intensive in that 1 o'clock hour like we do every Friday.
Good.
And maybe we'll pick the first race, but just for fun because you're not at the track today. You're not going to be back there till February 20th, I think.
Really? Well, that's fine. That's about, once a month thing. What
Flea said yesterday. Yeah, you can't afford to be losing your money more than once a month. I tried to make money for you the other day, and I thought...
I know, it's all right, man. Don't feel bad.
I thought you were only... Actually, I was going to make you win. I was only going to lose you like $3.20.
Neither you nor all of the...
But then that 30-to-1 shot comes out of the blue and just blows by that 6-horse like he was laying out.
You and people kept, giving me tickets and stuff, and nobody cashed.
Nobody hit nothing.
Except for Sean.
Hit the side of a brick wall with a frog's fart. Chuck says, you want fun with kids on a plane? Fly to Orlando. Holy crap, occasionally I make trips down there for work. It's freaking miserable. Again, it's not the kids, it's the out-of-control kids. It's not the kids, period, it's the parents. It's the kids who are not disciplined, who haven't been raised with any discipline, who don't know any better. I mean, you take kids and, they're going to be just by nature out of control. And if the parents have disciplined them and taught them, now I don't mind. It's not basically I don't want kids in first class. I just don't want out-of-control kids running around and screaming and yelling. And then, of course, you have the dilemma of the parents who want to discipline by giving them a good smack. And then, of course, that really gets the kids crying and screaming. Scrying. There's a new word I just invented. They get scrying. That's a combination between crying and screaming.
That's an actual word.
Scrying?
Yeah, I forget what it means, though.
Get out of here. Scry my ass.
Oh, I'll go get the...
it's a real word, scrying?
Yeah, I think it's like fortune-telling or something. I'm not sure.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, crystal gazing, fortune-telling.
Scrying?
Scrying, yes. Like
crystal gazing.
Mm-hmm.
Or peeping.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in The Talented Mr. Ripley, he said, how's the scrying, Tommy? How's the scrying? Remember that? Philip Seymour Schwartz?
Yep.
Great movie if you haven't seen it, by the way. Owning Mahoney for all you degenerate gamblers like myself. What is that?
Crystal Gazing by Mike Oldfield.
Oh, I see. Is he kin to Robert Oldfield, who used to own horses in Michigan?
Now, you know Mike Oldfield.
I do?
You do. Here, let me play you a more familiar tune by Mike Oldfield.
Really?
Yes.
The Blackhurst.
Yes. This was his big hit.
Oh. Now, what's that called? That's got a name.
Tubular Bells.
Tubular Bells. Oh, we can't say tubular. Oh, no. Tubular Bells. Tubular, I don't know. You just can't say it. Joyce will get really upset. Because Joyce has a problem with tubes. Tubes. Neil, the misconception of the word and how to pronounce it is sandwich, not sandwich.
They butcher that so many ways. I hear sandwich, sandwich.
Well, put some sand in it. It's Florida. You got plenty of sand around. Go to the beach, put some sand in it, and make it a real sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich. Isn't that where that came from?
That's what I heard.
All that crap. I don't know, some British idiot. And to add one more is ask the question and not ask. It drives me crazy, says Nick. I agree with that. Let me ask you a question. That, and not only dark folks say that, but some of your people say that also, and I don't know why.
No, excuse me. Everybody says it. It caught on. It
Everybody says ask a question?
It caught on. It crossed the border.
What do you mean it caught on?
Listen to me, Mr. Bigot. Listen, my people don't copy the black people any more than your people do, all right?
Than my people do?
Yeah, your people.
You mean
gay? Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Well, why do people say ask you a question?
Because it's wrong, because they're illiterate.
Illiterate. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
That can be anybody in America.
My people.
I don't hear people here say that.
Well, axe around.
I'll axe around, eh? Let me ask you a question. How's it going, eh? And I still don't understand how these homeless people, we had a foot of snow on Wednesday, and the homeless people are still on the street corners. I don't understand how they stay alive.
We had that discussion.
Yeah.
They
find you keep telling me they go somewhere. They don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, they're lying on the sidewalk on a freezing ground.
There are shelters.
I know that. And they have buses that go around and offer to take these people in.
Right.
But there are some of the really super crazy homeless people who prefer to live on the street. Don't you understand?
That is living on the street. They find warm places to sleep or to take shelter temporarily.
Yeah, warm places.
Yeah.
The wind is blowing and it's snowing and the street is wet and they got this little blanket. Oh, my God. They're worldly possessions. You could put it in a thimble and have room for Joe Bell's fat ass in there, and you're telling me about they find a warm spot.
They find places, yeah.
You are heartless. You are cruel.
No, that's a fact.
How is that heartless and cruel? No wonder that even your little dog not too fond of your ass.
How is that heartless and cruel? That's a fact.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Rush Limbaugh with you, my friends, on what the leftist commie pickle fags call the dawning of a new generation. Well, you know what, my supplicants? I say good. Now, you're going to get a chance firsthand to witness all that I've been warning you about. They wanted Obama? Okay, they got him. And today the market fell another 300 points. He's no friend of corporate, my friends, and that means he's no friend of mine. Mark my words, my friends, he's going to plunge us into the dank and dirty darkness of freedom and prosperity. Yes, my friends, I'm going to watch you suffer from the comfort of my luxurious mansion in Palm Beach. I tell you, my friends, a high tone like that shouldn't be serving in the White House. He should be serving drinks on a train. Hey, what are you people doing in my plushly appointed EIB network playroom?
We're repossessing all this stuff, pal. You gotta leave.
You can't do this. I'm the Clear Channel Golden Boy.
Yeah, well, you failed. Now beat it, chum.
No.
Come on, Fatso, let's go. Come
on. No, put that down. Don't touch me. I'm afraid of people. That's why I'm rarely seen in public, you know. I'm afraid of people. I'm afraid of people.
You hear this? Yeah. Let him cry.
I'm afraid of people. I'm afraid of people.
Okay, 11:33, 27 till noon at QAM. We're not talking about the Super Bowl today. Oh, geez, that's all anybody cares about, Neil. You're so out of touch. Good. Screw it. George wants to talk about the Super Bowl, though.
Sure, at length. Want me to start now?
Well, finally, here's from Fake Robert. I have the winner for you of the second race. Unfortunately, these tough times have forced me to whore myself out like an ex-jock. Please read a small blurb from my sponsor before giving listeners my pick. And he goes on with a thing about Canada Post. When you feel like mailing it in, there's only one company to trust, Canada Post. Canada Post, we will deliver it when we effing feel like it. Thanks, Neil. You just made me $100 Canadian. Gotta love the two-horse with Kent Desormeaux up in the second. Bet the mortgage good luck. P.S. The Mickey bits are great. Rob in beautiful Prince Edward Island, Canada, eh? Well, thanks, Rob. And I don't like the two in the second race at all. Let me look at it again. Merch. Lurch maybe, but Merch, no. This horse is 0 for 2 years, and I'm going to put this guy's money, not his money, but our money on the two. Hasn't won a race in 2 freaking years. Good golly, Miss Molly. Does have 3 wins on the turf. But I don't think so. What do you think, George? You want a horse? In addition to which, I don't like the two. Sorry, Rob. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Go deliver us something else.
So go with your own pick, because if you let somebody else pick for you, and
I'm picking the 6, who's 6-1 in the morning line. He's certainly not chalk. I don't know what price he's going to be. Voorhees Ballad with Jose Lascano. That's my pick, the 6. Now maybe somebody can talk me out of it. I don't know. We still got a long way to go. We got 2 hours and 9 minutes before post time. Betty says, hello, I must weigh in on the babies. The first lady's an idiot, the one that says you hate babies. I'm a mom of 2, youngest being 6 weeks, and I just about cringe when I'm out and there's a crying baby. 2 babies cry, but do something about it. She's probably the one that forces her babies and toddlers on you in an R-rated movie, too. And the octuplets? I know George hates John and Kate, to release Kate.
Yes.
Has he seen the Duggars, the proud parents of 18? They must be crazy, they must be nuts, it says.
Yes.
The Duggars?
Yes.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
No.
Who are they?
They're people with 18 kids.
Chuck from Chicago, who evidently doesn't have a job or any kind, I don't know. He's okay. He's a good emailer, but boy, he is really chronic. Lisa Madigan is the name of the Illinois Attorney General. She's the daughter of Mike Madigan. He's the Speaker of the Illinois House. She started her career as a state senator. She then ran for Attorney General. Her father basically helped her win. I think people are pleasantly surprised she turned out to be pretty darn good. Yeah, she's a very articulate, seems like a really bright person. The 10 words that Chris Matthews let her get in. With the way politics go here, you never know what you're going to get, he says, meaning in Chicago, in Illinois. Here's the fake Maria Bartiromo. Hello, Mr. Rogers. I have a business proposition for your consideration. Since you're doing Pick a Pony segment every Friday promoting reckless, irresponsible spending, I'd like to propose doing an investment segment with none other than myself every Friday morning. No. We can call it Invest for Your Future Fridays. No. I think this will be a great service to you and your listeners. No. Not to mention, I'm sure your listeners will find the segment more enjoyable than a Herb Jerkstreak segment. Well, I'm sure of that, yes. I'm on my way back from Davos, so if interested, let me know. I'll put you in touch with my agent. Have a great weekend. Sincerely, Maria B. Oh, you know something? It might actually be her. Even though you think that everybody's a fake emailer?
Yes.
I got a couple emails from Roger Taylor that I used to work with in Kalamazoo, Michigan 100 years ago, and he sent me his picture, and he's an old man now in WKZO in Kalamazoo. Aren't you impressed? I actually got a correspondence from somebody that I knew.
That's something.
It's shocking. From 40 years ago, and it was so depressing to see his picture. He's not as fat as he used to be, though, anyway. He used to work, he used to hang around the station. I guess he used to work weekends on the air, on WTPS. And Kalamazoo, that's not a bad town. Frank says, did you perchance get to see the report about a school in Georgia who banned sugar from the cafeteria? Turns out the school average test scores went 15% up. I personally believe that a child's behavior is greatly affected by the diet. I would bet these crying and screaming out-of-control kids had just finished a bowl of sugar shockers washed down with a glass of chocolate milk. If parents would feed their children a proper diet, less than 40 grams of sugar per day, they would put the Ritalin industry out of business. Nothing frustrates me more than seeing a parent with that frustrated look on their face as they have no clue how to control their kids without doing something that would put them in jail. Because I know something can't help himself if he's just reacting to a sugar high. The lad, the kid, says Frank. Yeah, sugar high. Sugar ought to be banned. Kills people. It's addictive. It's worse than any drug on the street. Even George would agree with that, because George likes the drugs on the street. Some of them.
It's the only drug that has killed people that I love.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Oh.
It's taken 3 people out. Overeating in general, but yeah, sugar was a big part of it.
Sugar, baby.
Ate themselves to
Addictive.
death.
It does a tap dance on your taste buds. How are we doing on that poll? How many votes we got? I certainly don't want to read the result. 300 even. You impressed by that? You don't care about it.
That's right.
I know, you don't care.
I don't.
Well, that male guy from wherever the hell he was from, that 2-horse with Kent DeSormo, I wouldn't bet on it with his money. Horse hasn't won a race in 2 years, only has like 14 starts in 2 years, and probably won't make it out of the starting gate. But nevertheless.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Oh, fat ass Rosie, please go away. Find a new way to attack a buffet. Go home and eat your ho-hos till you explode. Just like your fat, chudding ladies have to buy 2 seats on a plane. Spinning your fingers that have yellow stain from Cheetos. Can't see your toes. Past your piggy poo nose. Proud to be fat, disgusting, and pasty. Oi, oi. You make the shuddered women smile. Play like a gal who's fat and sassy. Big smelly fat, so repulsive and vile. Your body cheese smells like a crapper. After it was occupied by Ed Asner. Need a shoehorn to get into your car, 'cause you're too damn wide. Oink and squeal, oink and squeal, oink and squeal, fat lady. Living with your lover, lesbian. Slobbering and snorting a tree between her knees. Mashed potato yeast. Smells fishy to me. Lapping up a tuna that's moist and tasty. Hey.
14 till noon at 560 WQAM. Rob over there in wherever the hell he is. Just ask Kent DeSormo. He told me the 2 is due. Yeah, you should live so long, Rob. Don't be touting on stiffs, okay? I'm looking at the form on this piece. As in POS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. But at least he responded to it, though, and that's something. Nobody else. I don't think we have a whole lot of horse racing people out there, you know?
Probably
Do you?
not. It would be nice if we did.
Anyway, Frank says, my wife and I went to eat at Carrabba's in St. Pete last night. Mind you, it's a family restaurant. However, we sat next to a large table with several uncontrolled kids about 4 to 6 years old. One kid in particular was louder and kept walking around instead of sitting and eating dinner. The waiter came back to take their dishes back to the kitchen, loading a stack of them in his arms. When he turned to leave, the kid was just walking back to the table, and the waiter cracked the kid right in the forehead with one of the dishes, at which point the kid started wailing. You could almost hear everyone around us collectively say, "Good." How do you like that? Nice shot. Oh, guess who I have a blurb about here? Henry Barrow.
Oh, good.
Oh! Ex-Dolphin broadcaster has a new wine gig, and it's got a picture of Henry holding a bottle of wine here. The picture is chopped off in half so you can only see half of his girth. Henry Barrow has a new gig, the longtime color announcer for the Miami Dolphin Football Network, who became the wine guy at Gardner's Market. And then the wine guy, Jimmy Syphilis, is in the Grove, out of business, is now giving wine talks at Wolf's Wine Shop at 124 Miracle Mile in Coral Gables. This is pretty timely. This Thursday, January 29th, yesterday, at 7 p.m., Henry will talk about Australian wines. And shop owner Jerry Wolf will join in the dialogue. Price is $50, and then it's got a number to call and yada yada. But this is last night at 7 o'clock. Not too timely. This was sent this morning at 11:41 a.m., like 7 minutes ago. So, sorry we couldn't help you out, Henry. Hope it went well. And that too. Jesus says, I agree with you and George. Parents who can't control their little pain-in-the-ass brat should be moved immediately to a part of the plane, maybe in cargo, where they don't bother the rest of the passengers. Why should I pay good money to be in first, business, or any seat and have to put up with a-holes who should be subjected to forced sterilization? Now we're talking, baby, forced sterilization. If it hasn't happened to you guys, how about sitting in a concert or a restaurant and have to put up with the same crap? I have on several occasions asked to be moved thanks to jerks who can't control their brats. Well, you know, it's kind of tough when you're sitting on a sold-out full plane. Every seat is taken.
Yeah.
Oh, could you move me back to cargo? Because I'm getting a little tired of these bratty kids running around
to the cockpit, screaming. You know, let them bother the captain.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, here's a picture of a really strange-looking lady. A woman drugged her former friend with benefits and violated his no-go hole while he was passed out. It says, sexual assault is never funny, but this is about as close as it gets. An unidentified 50-year-old man from Longmont, Colorado, invited his former friend with benefits, a 53-year-old woman named Janice McCarl, to barbecue at his house. Got a picture of her, man. She is some really trailer trashy-looking bitch. But after having a few drinks, the guy started to feel kind of funny. So he headed inside and passed out. Next thing he knew, number one, it was the next morning. Number two, Janice was asleep in bed next to him. Number three, there was a bottle of lotion on the nightstand next to the bed. Number four, his backside was sore. So what happened? Allegedly, Janice drugged the guy so he'd pass out. Then while he was unconscious, she used her hands and committed an act which police report describes as, quote, unwanted penetration.
Rectum.
How do you like that?
Maybe she just was kind of examining.
You heard that correctly. Janice drugged a guy and used her hand to violate his holiest of holes.
Oh, my God.
On Wednesday, Janice was arrested for suspicion of sexual assault. She's being held on $10,000 bond, and if she's convicted, it's mandatory she gets at least 10 years in prison. Good. She can have a really good time in there. And then we can ask her, how you doing with the ladies?
Better than he wants to be, apparently.
Yeah. Wow. Here's Boris, who says, oh, and by the way, Boris's P.S. is, how you doing with the ladies?
Cute. Coincidence?
Yeah, it must be. See, that's my psychic powers again. I just knew it was on that sheet. Neil God, longtime listener of the show, is great. Screw Joyce. The other day I heard one of the 790 hosts boasting about how many votes they get on their poll because they're such a popular station. So I decided to check out their poll. In Republican fashion, after you submit your vote, you may continue to keep voting again and again and again. This, I thought, was hilarious, even worse than Footy's polling methods. The 2-to-4 poll today I thought was a great one, as the 2-to-4 slot currently is horrendous. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would rather hear anything, including the Jerk Show, rather than the Big O. As bad as the Jerk Show was, at least Jerks himself was energetic and slightly entertaining. The Big O Show consists of a 2-hour monotone rant of breaking down low-level college football players, 40-yard dash times, and interviews with other unknown small-time illiterate jocks. If Joe Bell had any brains, he'd give George a shot in the 2-to-4 slot. Considering the horrible numbers that show has produced, how can George at that time slot be any worse than what's been on 2-to-4 the last few years? We hope you find a good machine at Woodbine. Adios, Boris. And P.S., how you doing with the ladies? How do you like that?
Cute. Thanks. But like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Walter Cronkite. I mean, anybody. You name a name, if they have a chance of getting a number, they will not be put on there. So, I don't take it personally. It doesn't matter who it might be.
Really?
Really. You know that.
Oh, my God. Wesley sent me a thing about Tampa food that goes on. Well, it's not that long. It just requires being printed out. Oh, and Chuck in Chicago is back again. My God, some of these people are just... I really do have a job. I just happen to sit at a computer all day, so it's easy to flip and drop you an email. It says, holy crap, that promo for Joe Rose sucked. Joe singing something about football to the tune of Whip It. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't want to know. Do you want to?
No.
Joe is our singing jock. Oh, there's Blago.
The people of Illinois, who I've been blessed to represent as governor for the last 6 years, and before that, as a congressman for 6 years, and before that, as a state legislator.
He loves them. He loves them. He loves being able to rip them off. Oh, crazy people. And like I said, the media just can't get enough of these people. On and on and on. If I never see him again, it'll be much too soon. Wesley said, I heard you talking about Tampa food the other day. That's when Flea was on, who is from Tampa. Did you know that he's from Tampa?
Yes.
Oh. It's great for such a redneck market, but nobody in the working class there can afford it. Only the overpaid athletes, the Steinbrenners, and the mobsters who eat on the comp. Except for the scraps they get after they finish busting the tables, the common people don't even get a taste. What was the name of that Jewish deli restaurant with the yellow sign, I think, where you and Blabo held court? I don't know. It sure didn't last very long. Schwartz's or something like that? I don't know. I visited it once. It was great, but I don't think it lasted. That's correct. Central Florida lost all their Jewish delis except for that phony 2J's. There's nothing phony about 2J's. It's a good place. At least the one on Plantation's good. Wolfie's went away from St. Pete long ago. Orlando lost Ronnie's, which was probably the best outside Miami. Are the Miami Beach delis still around? No, they're gone. They're gone. Is Pumpernicks on the beach? Gone. They have long gone, by the way. Wolfie's long gone. Rascal House gone. Pumpernicks long gone. They had an original in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, home to many yarmulkes, it says, Pumpernicks. Meanwhile, here in Polk County, we have Sonny's Barbecue in Auburndale. I'd give my firstborn for one of those salty little rye crescent rolls. Wes in Lakeland, get me back to West Palm. Somebody give me the key. I guess he's not too happy over there in Lakeland. I can easily understand that. What a Yahoo place that is, man. You talk about trailer trash. Woo! That's Lakeland. That's what it's all about.
I've heard this.
You've heard this before?
Mm-hmm.
True story. Ian says, thank you for the many years of humor and being one of the few voices of reason in South Florida. For the past 12 years since I turned 17, I've thankfully lived in over half a dozen cities outside of Florida. Until I discovered I could listen to you online, your show was the only non-familiar thing that I missed truly about Miami. Selfishly, here's hope that your show continues until you croak. My best, Ian. P.S. I don't care what you say. I still love jazz. So Ian is a sued, but nevertheless a good guy, I guess.
We'll take it.
He still loves jazz. We'll take anybody. Don't let me forget to mention that Monday when we had that big conference call with Jolly Joe Bell and a few other pseudo-intellectual idiots who think they know something about this business. We'll take anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't complain about the promotion and support we've had because there has been none. Zero in the Joe Bell era. None. And you'd think with all the jockstrap sniffing they do, they'd at least pass us one, to give us a little support.
Cute.
Well, I'm telling you, it'd be a big improvement over what we've had.
I got a couple. I could bring them in.
Oh, we'll pass on that. I don't care who wore it. There's nothing romantic or sexy about a jockstrap.
Oh, sorry, just me.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Water rushed in and went right up to my knees. Thought I was in the sky above. Now I'm in a submarine. Water's cold, freezing my toes. A bag of blue diamond nuts is floating by my nose. Underneath the Hudson I could see a rotting corpse with golden feet in a bucket of concrete. Lucky for me, I could take a stroll along the way, thanks to a flock of stupid geese that made the water rush in.
12 o'clock at 560 WQAM. We got the Big O at the Stupid Bowl. We got Mad Dog at the Stupid Bowl. Dolphin tonight, it doesn't say whether boat campers at Stupid Bowl or not. We sure ripped him an ass the other day. Flea and I.
Did you?
And deservedly so, by the way.
About what?
Just in general, being a cigar store Indian, Woodham Toad, just, like that. You have to ask?
Well, I didn't know. Maybe you were ripping him for walking by the table at the...
we did.
Okay. Track.
And didn't even, acknowledge you.
He turned his head long enough to see, who it was over there.
But didn't wave or flip you off or do anything?
Not that I recall. Maybe he waved. I don't know. Maybe he said we were number 1.
No, according to the flea, he said not. Not.
Okay, then not.
Kevin says, greetings, Neil and George. I love that Rush bit you just played, particularly at the end of it. The Mickey bits in the Ebonics Airway, the one that George played. What's Ebonics Airways? They keep talking about that. There is no Ebonics Airway bit, is there?
Yes, it's 4 minutes long. I tried to play it for you once. You didn't like it, so on and on.
That George plays from time to time are great and great time killers.
Yes.
Time killers? You think we're here just to kill some time?
Absolutely. Murder it, torture it, and then kill it.
There's a story about Iraqi orphans building a shoe-throwing monument in Iraq today in the news. Yeah, that's not they showed it last night. It's a huge shoe.
Yeah.
Love you, Neil and George. Cheers, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you so much. Mama B says there are a number of delis open in Miami Beach. Yeah, but this guy was asking about the old ones, about Wolfie's and Pumpernicks and all of that. In Tampa, in addition to 2J's, a new one called Dats just opened, and the menu looks awesome, and it's got a link to the menu, which I have no interest in looking at, because number 1, don't do links, and number 2, I'm not going to Tampa anytime in the next 100 years anyway. Here's one from Rob, who says, hello, Neil, how are you? I'd like to say that during the past few weeks, I've really become addicted to your show. I download it from the archives and listen to each episode a couple of times at work. But that's not why I'm writing in. Good. I've recently become addicted to the sound effect you do. It goes pop, 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 like that. How do you like that? Yeah, that's right. I keep doing it at work and at home. Really, recently I've been doing it during morning jogging to keep tempo. Pop, 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 pop. People look at me strangely as I pop, 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 pop my way through the park. I've even used it during lovemaking. I find that pop, 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 pop technique can be quite useful. I see. Anyway, Neil, I want to ask, is something wrong with me? Yes. Is it just that I'm a big fan or just a big dummy? Both. Good luck to you, Rob. It sounds like you'll need it. Get some help. Well, it's a good thing we got that Gulfstream stuff coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. Let's take a look on the Racing Network, shall we? Make sure that everything is coming in fine as wine.
Number 5, AAA is...
Oh, there's that the Tampa Bay Downs guy that you love so much. It's Mr. Spaz.
Is he the guy I like? I thought I liked the Woodbine guy.
I'm always talking about how spastic he is.
Oh, I like the Woodbine guy.
Oh, what? Dan Loisel.
Yes.
They're on.
Yeah.
They're on.
Yeah. That cracks me up.
Does it really? He does. Eric calls every race the same start.
And it cracks me up every time.
Does it really?
It does. I don't know why. It's just one of those things.
Oh. Well, you won't be getting no thoroughbreds at Woodbine until, I guess, late May. I don't know. Till sometime. Jeez. Well, no, they don't. Thoroughbreds don't run in the middle of the wintertime. Harness racing goes on, though. Standard breds, because they're much sturdier and much more, much more alive, as opposed to the thoroughbreds that are very, very delicate, like China dolls. If you look at them cross-eyed, they fall down and die, That's just the breed. It's the breeding. But then again, you know all about breeding.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff in Boynton Beach says, I've enjoyed you and Flea the last 2 days. Once you get past the chic-like cackle, Flea proves to be an interesting and fun personality.
He is.
Did he host some weekend shifts this past summer? I don't think so, did he?
He did.
No. He did?
He hosted some. I'm not sure exactly when they were.
If so, I thought he was very entertaining. Go to work, George. Will you please go to work? Says Jeff in Boynton Beach. Well, what does that mean?
I don't know.
I mean, I know what it means, but what does it mean?
I don't know. It's not from anything. Go to lunch? Is that what he meant to say?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. Go to lunch, George. But he made it go to work.
Go to lunch, George.
Yeah.
Go to lunch.
I got lunch right here.
Will you go to lunch?
No, you don't. Do you? You got like noodles?
I got some leftover Boar's Head food. I got a shrimp salad sandwich, and then for some reason Pete Lenny brought me some KFC. I guess he was over there.
P.D. Lenny brought you food?
Yeah.
And doesn't he know you're not allowed to do that and mention it on the air? Although they're a sponsor, I guess, huh?
He paid for it.
He paid for it?
Yes.
And brought you food?
Yes.
That P.D. Lenny, what have I always said about him? And it's still true. Really annoying. But thanks, P.D., for taking care of George. Mahatma Gandhi says, hey, screw all these idiots accusing you of mailing it in. Mailing it in is a skill that takes years to hone. It takes a true professional to make nothing look like something. So what if you read the paper on the air or kill time reading the ramblings of South Florida audience's emails? Who cares? If you can kill 4 hours of radio talking about ice cream or George's latest sick day, then that's what I call skill. Screw the complainers, and just for the hell of it, screw you, Joe Bell, says Mahatma Gandhi. Thanks, Mahatma. Love your rice. I'm not a big rice guy. Number one, it's carbs. And number two, if I'm going to eat carbs, I'll eat pasta or something that's got some taste to it that I really like. Now, rice can be good if it's got, like, gravy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jimmy, any chance you could put out a compilation of CDs with all the Eisner bits? No, there is not. We're not putting out any more CDs. Those days are over.
Over.
They are.
I know.
Over and finished. And, of course, this station did that. We did that for, about 100 years? Even started that on W.I.N.Z. with cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Zeta. And then when we went to IOD, we upped it to CDs. So for years and years, we put out best of. And then we came to QAM, and it was like a big joke. Oh, well, gee, that sounds like a lot of work. And we don't wanna. And, of course, we got a tremendous amount of support on that, too. And that's even before the Jolly Joe Bell era. I forgot about that. Just the whole ambiance, the whole relationship with the audience went into the crapper once we came here. And that's because we're like a fish out of water. This is sports. What is it? What do they say in those liners? The sports leader. The sports leader. And, of course, how's that possible when there's like 700 sports stations? Boy, I bet you they're peeing in their pants now worrying about that when I&Z. I mean, the crap that they're putting on here, all that syndicated garbage is crap. But it'll take something. Like I keep telling you about taking a little slice of the pie. Bob B. says the Earl of Sandwich was a degenerate gambler and wouldn't leave the gambling tables even to eat. He had the servants bring him meat between 2 slices of bread so he could eat while still gambling. Hence, the sandwich was born. The Earl of Sandwich. I wonder if he was kin to Earl of Pearl, do you think?
Maybe. I'll ask him.
Or the douche of Earl that we were singing before. Also, my wife has a little dog, Teacup. Oh, Teacup Yoki. What is that? Named Edwina. We call her Eddie. She freaks out when you play that, "This is Eddie, ba-boop, ba-boop." We do this to her, and it's very comical. I'm your friend, Bob B. Well, thanks, Bob B. Well, what's a teacup, what is that? A dog that fits in a teacup?
Okay.
That sounds gross. I mean, that's not for, like, real people. That's for, like, a little lady...
Chicks.
Yeah. A chick tchotchke.
Mm-hmm.
A little dog in a teacup. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Yeah, you could, like, flush it down the toilet by accident and not even know it. John says, on Wednesday and Thursday, you had someone fill in for George. Who is this guy? His voice resembles that of Geldy. Please don't tell me Geldy Jr. is going to fill in now every time George is out. His voice gave me convulsions, almost made me drive off the road. You're great, Neil, but please tell Geldy not to bring his kids to the station. Oh, Leo would be very upset to read that. Wouldn't he?
No, he doesn't care.
No, Leo.
Leo?
The one who keeps sending the emails about Geldy and how I'm picking on him and how great
that
he is.
Leo.
Forget about his squeaky
Leo
voice
the light bulb head.
Yada, yada. That Leo. You better get with it, mister. You've been out sick a couple of days. You missed some really good crap.
You got to catch me up.
You missed some heavy-duty crap,
That's right.
man.
Why don't we just replay those last 2 shows so I'll be caught up?
Rosemary says, I'm down with that. Let's do it. Rosemary says, really enjoyed Flea. Great job. The interaction between you is awesome. George seems a little bored sometimes. How do you like that? Rosemary taking a shot at George.
Oh, gee.
Seems a little bored sometimes.
Oh, gee.
Are you bored?
Oh, off my gourd.
Well, there was a lot. We could put anybody else in, and right away that's an excuse for the people who hate you like poison.
Always has. You said that years ago. When
I've always told you that. They could bring in a monkey.
When,
that's the best sounding monkey
we've ever heard. When you take the day off, every time you'd go on vacation, that was the best. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was down taking a dump at the IOD and listening to the bird filling in during that. And then while he's down there, people are calling and ripping me an ass. Oh, you're such a breath of fresh air, Glenn, and Neil is such a piece of crap.
And he sits there and agrees with him.
What?
And he sat there and agreed with him.
Right. Here's one that says, Neil, will you be making one last pilgrimage to the QM studios before they move? Well, let me think about it for a second, and the answer is no. Why would I want to do that?
What does one have to do with the other?
What do you mean?
Just because the station is moving a few blocks down the road, why does that, what does that have to do with an appearance?
Oh, I don't know. It's something they're wondering because they have no life. Will I be making? Who sent this? So somebody with a phone number. They don't even have a name, much less a life. No name, No, nothing. 352 votes on our poll. Our goal is 500. If we can do 500 today, now we're not going to do it. Our goal is 400. 14 minutes till the first at Tampa Bay Downs. And the horses, like I said, these thoroughbreds, they're in the walking ring, and they're walking very gingerly and very carefully.
Gingerly.
Ginger. There's Ginger. I mean, you do know the difference in between thoroughbreds and standard breds.
Yes.
And standard breds are extremely durable. They warm up 3 miles before they race. Let's sneeze. The thoroughbreds come out and they canter, maybe a 16th of a mile before the actual race, before they finally waddle to the starting gate.
Yeah.
And then they get them to the starting gate, and even the ones that have raced 100 times, I could go in a gate, but I don't want to. You know, like
delicate.
That. Delicate is a very, very good word.
Oh, God.
Back in the day when someone done us wrong, we didn't take their crap. In Pearl Harbor, when the Japs dropped their bombs, we bombed them back. And now the Saudis, they hit us hard. And on our cards, our little flags wave as that Saudi-loving retard points the bombers the wrong way. And I'm embarrassed to be an American where they follow Bush like sheep. The United States of arrogance, led by Bush and his family, greed. They got this country ambling towards the darkest days in our history. I don't want to be a Pax American in the USA. What's a few thousand innocent lives? Stop living in the past. If you want that SUV to drive, you're gonna need more gas. It's the greatest country in the world, they train us to believe. And anyone who says that obviously can't afford to leave.
Absolutely.
And I'm embarrassed to be an American where we patriotically wave a flag in one hand with our head in the sand and blindly follow the powers that be. Apathetic. Watching State Front News on a 65-inch screen. Scratch your fart, everything's okay in the USA.
12:18 at QAM. Florida man got a side of assault with his calzone when he was pistol whipped by a pizzeria owner after complaining about his order, the Daytona Beach News Journal reports. Richard Finney and his roommate were having a cookout at their Palm Coast home Friday night, last week. But the roommate's 11-year-old daughter didn't like what was on the menu, the News Journal reported, so the pair ordered her a calzone from Goomba's Pizzeria with no sauce and no feta cheese. But when they discovered the calzone had both, they went back to the pizzeria to complain, and that's when it got ugly. According to a police report, security footage from the pizzeria shows Joseph Milano, the owner of the restaurant, striking Finney with a gun. He then jumped over the counter and started to assault Finney and the roommate. Milano, 40, was charged with aggravated assault and battery with a deadly weapon and released on bail. Finney was taken to a local hospital after the incident with a bloodied head. I don't even want to go out to a fast food place now because I don't know what to expect, Finney told the Daytona Beach News Journal. He got pistol whipped because the calzone had sauce and whatever else it had. What did it have?
I don't know.
Well, whatever the hell it had.
Maybe it had ricotta cheese in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't like ricotta cheese?
Not at all.
Now, what's the dessert that's made with ricotta cheese that I love?
Cannoli.
Cannoli's made with ricotta cheese?
Yes, it is.
You don't like cannolis?
I could take them or leave them.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes they can be very good in spite of the ricotta cheese. And sometimes
what's wrong with ricotta cheese?
It's the texture. As a matter of fact, you don't like mushy things. It's like powdery, mushy. Bleh.
I never had a cannoli that was mushy.
Well,
Never.
You've been lucky.
Used to get the chocolate-covered cannolis from Doris Market back in the day.
Those are good.
Josie says, a lady listener, I never called you. In the 20 years since I found you, I've laughed, often agreed with things you say, and my eyes have been opened wide regarding issues like religion and politics. Before you retire, or can no longer be found on the radio due to the terrible bleed-over of a Latin radio station, I want to thank you for the best damn radio the straight ladies ever listened to. Love you, Neil. Thank you. Well, thank you, Josie. How do you like that?
That was very sweet.
Sweet and nice.
Mm-hmm.
Feel almost human at this point.
Aww.
Oh, and by the way, some of you idiots out there with these emails, if I don't read it the first time, and certainly the second, you can save the effort of sending it a third and a fourth and a fifth time and like that.
It's like the faxers or the callers, you know. They'll get through one way or another. Arr.
No.
I mean, they think they do.
Because then I delete, and then after they insist on...
Well, you remember the faxers. If you didn't read their fax, they just keep faxing and faxing.
Just like You're My Bitch, you know, who was funny and amusing for a while there with all the hostility.
The way you read the emails.
And then today sent some stupid crap and sent it about 5 times, and I finally just blocked them and deleted it. Just because you send something doesn't mean I'm going to read it on the air. Just because I make the mistake of playing along with your lunacy, of your crap, your caca. Caca. Jay in Cooper City says, good afternoon, Neil. I was listening to your show the other day when you and George were talking about getting stuck between floors in an elevator. For the safety of George and you too, Neil, never try to crawl out onto the floor. If the elevator was to start moving, you'll be sliced in 2 pieces.
Correct.
Have a great weekend. Keep giving them hell, says Jay in Cooper City.
Okay, I won't.
Don't try to crawl out if the elevator starts moving. We'll have 2 Georges.
Again.
Don't do it.
I won't anymore. Well, I didn't really crawl out. I kind of jumped out.
Boy. And you had no crapitation about doing it?
No, that's the kind of guy I am.
I know, real macho man.
It ain't fun unless you can get killed.
Horses coming out for the first race at Aqueduct. Any interest? No, 7 minutes to post time. Any interest in Aqueduct?
No.
No, not here either. Now, let's see. Do they have the Gulfstream thing up there yet for the first race? Yeah, 53 minutes till the first race. And, of course, our pick-a-pony deal is the second race. Where so far I'm picking the 6. I don't know. He hasn't run in a couple of months, but, boy, he looks like the class of that field. And who's riding? Jose Lezcano, top rider. What do you think? Stick with my pick. That's what I'm going to do. Because then if I change it, then Jeffrey, the contestant, will say, oh, geez, Neil, you had the winner, and then you went off. You let some goofball talk you into like a 90-1 shot.
Right. Let it be your, mistake or victory.
That's right.
Whatever.
My mistake. That's how I feel when I go to the track.
Right.
Let me pick mine and don't talk me off.
That's right.
Don't tout. Unless you know something for sure, don't tout. And believe you me, the crowd of people that I've gone to the track with over the years, they know nothing. They have no information. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And, boy, there's nothing worse than when you pick the winner of the race and then you bet against it, somebody talks you onto some other piece of crap, and then the horse you picked wins, and the piece of crap they got you to bet on is still running.
Mm-hmm.
Nolo contendere, you know what I mean?
Right. It'll be run at 6 furlongs. Number 6, Mr. Mezzo. The rider is David Cohen, and the weight is 123 pounds.
David Cohen, Jewish jockey, baby. 5-1. Let's go with the 6 horse in the first race at Aqueduct. What'd you think?
Sounds great.
What we ought to do is bet on these races.
Oh, don't get me started now.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I need.
Sure got to beat the hell out of betting slots at Woodbine. Boy, I got butchered yesterday. They just shut those babies down, man. Now, someday, I keep mentioning this, someday somebody's going to tell us the truth, and then, of course, they'll have to go into, like, a witness protection program.
Mm-hmm.
But they run computer programs on those babies, and there's times when they run them, they put them, like, on slow cook.
Right.
When they give you, like, a cherry once in a while or, like, a $10 on the line or something, and they're just not going to pay any significant amount for, like, hours as long as they run the program.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the first race at Tampa Bay Downs is coming up. I don't think we have time before the break. And it looks murky and muddy over there. Is it murky and muddy in Tampa?
I don't know.
It's murky. I know that for sure. Even Flea admitted that. He said the one word that comes to mind is murky.
I thought he said jerky.
Welcome to the many outlets throughout the United States and all across.
I once worked with a guy when I was in WJNO in West Palm Beach. I once had a friend. His name was Herky. You ever know anybody named Herky?
No, never.
He was a little herky-jerky. And he sold me a car, man, a beat-up old jalopy. Oh, because my car broke down.
Yeah.
And he sold me a beat-up old, I don't even know what kind it was.
How did it worky?
Not good. And he used to, when you'd stop at a stoplight, it would, like, vibrate.
Yeah?
You know, the hood would vibrate and make a loud rah sound, and people would look at you like, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? You know, it's like I just farted real bad.
Yeah.
And from the outside...
Outside. This guy is just a trip. We'll get the beginning.
3-5, Giant.
And they're off.
He'll have the services of leading jockey Daniel Centeno.
Whoa.
They're at the post.
And they're off.
And they're off. I Gone Wild reaching up for the early lead. There goes Prince David.
I'm telling you, this guy, it sounds like somebody's goosing him or something. But we don't have time to hear the whole thing. Plus, who the hell cares about racing from Tampa?
I don't.
Friday, you bastard.
I took a course on Ebonics. They say the future be bright for me. Now I can't get no job, 'cause I don't got no literacy. I was talking like an old Negro. Ebonics taught me how this way. Now I can't do nothing, but my heritage say that's okay. Change my name to Shufro. Drive a deuce and a quarter in a Cadillac. I remember when I was stealing all the white man's cars, hanging outside the Belvedere bar, crying the blues about poverty. White devils got no job for me, and I thought Ebonics would give my life a change. Now I got to go and sell more crack cocaine, 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 crack cocaine. Lordy, what a boring song. Ebonics makes me sound funny. Got nothing to do with literacy. Now I got to make more money. Labor pool sounds good to me. I got plenty of nothing. Ebonics ain't getting me anywhere. Maybe I'll mug an old white bitch, steal a purse and full of hair. Then I'm gonna take the money, my stereo and a Frigidaire. I remember when I was stealing all the white man's cars, hanging outside the Belvedere bar, crying the blues about poverty. White devils got no job for me, and I thought Ebonics would give my life a change. Now I got to go and sell more crack cocaine, 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 crack cocaine.
1234, 2601 at QAM. We have no more emails, baby.
Ooh.
And what was that spot? What was going on with that?
You were playing a bit over the spot.
No, I was not.
You were playing a bit over the spot, so I ran into the other room, shut your pot off, and that's when it quit. And then you stopped playing the bit, and I turned your pot back on.
I was playing a bit?
You were playing a bit.
From where?
And I kept yelling at you, Neil!
I heard you, but I was looking, the ECS wasn't running and the decks weren't running?
So I ran in the other room there because I can't shut you off from in here. And then
where
I shut you off
was that coming from? It wasn't the TV. The TV pod is not open.
No, it was a bit that I've heard before, the Pyromaniac Hotline.
It was for what?
A bit. The Pyromaniacs Hotline, a comedy bit.
The Pyromaniac Hotline?
Yes. That's that? Yep.
Oh. Well, it sure is, I don't know, something strange, something really bizarre going on there.
That's happened before, no big deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they probably thought it was just a Spanish language spot from Cuba.
There you go.
386 votes on the poll. Like I said, our goal is 400. Then we're going home. 115 the first post time at Gulfstream, and then 145, 144, somewhere about that for the second race. I think we're going to take calls now because the emails are done for the week. Although Andrew's got one here. What does it say? I listened to your show on the internets, but I never call or email. But I had to today because the choice on the poll is superior. I wanted to vote twice, once for WQAM management. Let's cut Hank Goldberg's pay in half. What happened to our advertisers? And once for Rumsfeld. The horror stories are endless. What a, idiot. Anyway, keep up the good work. Working for those useless fruits. I hope you guys get laid this weekend. Well, we hope you get laid this weekend, George. Because I won't.
Okay. I'll make it a point.
We're going to take some calls. Although, you know something? I don't see any dots.
By the way, I was corrected, so now we have a controversy.
About what?
What the kind of cheese that's in a cannoli.
Yeah.
Which could explain why I like cannoli in spite of the fact that I hate ricotta.
Ricotta, like in stuffed shells, you'll find ricotta cheese.
Right. I don't like ricotta cheese. Mascarpone or something?
Mascarpone cheese is in cannolis, right. That's
right.
correct.
That's why.
It's a sweet cheese.
That's why I don't hate cannolis.
There's no dots on my phone.
No? Well, guess what I see?
What?
Nothing.
What do you mean by that?
I don't have any phone equipment in the room here with me, you know.
Oh, that's right. So if I want to take calls now, I can't do it because you can't punch them up there.
No.
What?
Correct. I don't. I can't.
Why'd you just get chopped off? Did you chop yourself off?
I didn't.
We're having some real technical issues now, boys and girls.
Maybe it's an internet's problem, and that's why you don't see dots.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, everything else with the internet is working just fine. Well, I guess I'm going to reach over and shut that baby off.
Oh, jeez, and I was kind of hoping you'd take some calls.
I would if I could, but I can't, so I shan't. I schmat. Well, let me try it again. Let me punch it up. Think there's any dots on there now? No.
You tell me.
I'm telling you, no. In fact, let me punch one up. No. Associate producer is not connected. Let me try that. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
My filler music. What happened?
I did it. Dots.
Ah.
Oh, am I a genius or what, huh? Not that it's going to be good. QAM, hello. Oh, now it doesn't work. The dots, the lines are flashing, but it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Well, what is that all about?
Can't help you.
And you can't punch them up there.
You're on your own.
What?
You're on your own, buddy.
So you're telling me that there's no way to punch up phones in there?
There never has been. Without switching the... I can punch up a call, like a line, but I don't see what I'm doing, you know what I mean?
Punch up line 1.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. Okay, kill it.
But I can't see what I'm doing. I just hit the next button. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, this is a fine kettle of fish. I can see them ringing, and I can see the dots on lines that aren't ringing yet. Just keep punching them.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, I just switched my computer so I can see things now.
Hello?
Hello?
Goodbye. Punch up another one.
Neil?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Neil?
Oh, they can't hear me.
Neil?
Wonderful.
Goodbye. Okay, so that was a good experiment. I thought it was going to be... Huh?
Great. Wonderful.
Really spectacular. All right, well, let's do the break, and then we'll punch.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Friday, you bastard.
Yep.
It do. Well, let's see if this really works. I know it's going to be. QAM, hello. What was that?
I don't know. What was what?
The arrow came on, and I punched it up. Now, have you got the pot open on the phone?
Of course I do.
Oh, there you go. Listen to doesn't that sound good?
Yeah. Well, now, what did you do?
I clicked it on Associate Producer again and made another connection. I redone it.
Do you see any lines ringing? Because I don't.
No. There are no lines ringing.
Okay.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and AT&T wireless line. You see one? You see two?
Right.
QAM, hello. Hello.
Neil?
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You
Wow.
sound nice, loud and clear, Neil. Loud and clear.
Oh, it's quarter slide, idiot. QAM, hello.
Yeah, what's up, cowboy?
Yeah.
Yep.
QAM, hello.
I'm your friend.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, I'm not quite familiar with the program, but...
QAM, hello.
Hello.
Hello?
I can't hear you guys, but obviously it stopped ringing, so I'm guessing I'm on the air.
Yeah. Good
Hello?
guess. Good guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. These people have got as much material as the emailers who are left. There's still a couple of people with feeble email attempts, you know, trying to, like, carry us over to when we get these races going at Gulfstream, which they can't start soon enough.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Yeah, up yours. QAM, hello.
George is gay.
Why does the technical quality of these, I mean, forget about the content, that's always the same, but why does it sound so bad?
I don't know. Extra fun?
And are you serious that, I mean, I don't understand. What happens? Oh, I guess if you're there doing the show, then whoever's in the other room, like Flea or whoever's in the computer, they punch up the phones in there?
There's a reconfiguration thing that has to happen.
What do you mean by that?
Well, this computer can be in one of two modes, either playing the audio vault like a producer or answering the phones like a host.
I see. But not both at the same time.
I have to switch. There's a thing I have to switch between the two functions.
QAM, hello.
Neil, Sonny Fox here. How you doing?
Sonny Fox?
Right.
QAM, hello.
Heads and tails in the second. Heads and tails in the second.
QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you. When you were at IOD, Hank, Mad Dog, was with you?
Okay, I can't put this on the air because it sounds like the end of the world. This whole thing, technically, you know, you watch Monday at 2 o'clock, that thing is never going to happen. Because the one thing that these people have to answer for is this technical disaster, which is WQAM. Technical disaster.
Keep
Am I
trying.
correct?
Yeah, keep trying.
Keep trying what?
Calls. See if anything changes.
QAM, hello. Well, that's one of the better ones.
Yeah, my favorite.
QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Flea for George. Give me a break, people. Anyways, I'm on my way to Shorty's. I'm on the Metro Rail. Did you want anything?
QAM, hello. QAM, hola. Hello.
Play some more races.
QAM, hello.
Am I a guinea pig today? Are you using me as a guinea pig?
We're using you as a gerbil.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love gerbils.
Trim your nails.
Just the pig part. WQAM, hello. It's Rimmer. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, hey.
Yeah.
People ask them, they go, hey, who do you want for the Super Bowl, you know? And I'm like, I just want to see them both beat the hell out of each other. At the end, limp off, bloody, it was a tie.
Okay, great. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a good time. What a schmuck. Wants to see them beat themselves bloody. Yeah, tie this. Go tie one on. QAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Nothing works here. I hate this place.
Yeah, you can say that again. By the way, Jolly Joe, hell of a job, man. When they reconfigured this thing and put it together again so they could get rid of Fat Chris, and they could conserve on the money, they sure has helped put together a really functional studio, didn't they?
Yeah, maybe the new studios in the new place will be a little bit more.
What do you hear about this? Have they discussed that with you?
No, no one has discussed anything with me, but apparently it's a done deal. We are going.
What do you mean by that?
It's going to happen.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, has anybody discussed the configuration? Are we going to have our own studio like we do now, or is everybody going to be doing the same studio, or what's the deal?
No, we will have our own studio. I heard.
We will.
I heard a rumor. Yeah.
Wow. QAM, hello.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
I had a question. When you were in IOD, Hank and Mad Dog, were they working there with you?
Yes.
Were they doing sports shows, or it just was a general...
Hank had like a nighttime show that was like not the sports, politics, just a bunch of different stuff.
And Mad Dog was just doing his normal thing in sports?
Well, Mad Dog was one of the people on they had 1 hour of sports talk, 6 to 7, and he was one of the hosts.
Okay, no, because, I mean, from 2 to 4, like George said, whoever you put there, no matter if you can make the ratings or not, they're not going to put anybody there unless you wear the jockstrap over your head like anybody else there does.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But, hey, Neil, last week, an emailer, emailed you saying that you had one of the best shows last week. I can tell you it was one of the funniest ones where when you were reading the menu from the Cuban restaurant with the rectal or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. With the colorectal lunch, yeah.
Yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Just play anything. These callers are awful.
QAM, hello.
Coming soon, the return of A Fan.
Oh, God. Coming soon. Woo! I don't know whether I can make it through the day, you know it? Coming soon, the return of A Fan. Coming soon, the blocking of A Fan. Coming soon, the ignoring and deleting of A Fan. See, this is the thing about all these people with their chronic complaints. Bah, bah, bah. They never go away. If you wanted them, if you prayed for them to go away, they would never go away. In spite of all the complaints and how bad I am and how bad you are and how horrible the show is and how evil everything in life is, yada, 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 like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
They will never, ever go away.
The 1 to 2 hour.
O.J. Simpson was a hero, loved by millions across the land. He went to visit his ex-wife now. She was hanging with another man. The Juice went home now for a knife and ski mask and a pair of gloves, and back he went. She was tipping her friend the waiter and giving more than 15%. Well, Juice couldn't take it, started slicing and dicing, don't you know, was at the airport before they fell. He made a touchdown in old Chicago and checked in at the Alibi Hotel. But the LAGA, well, he flagged O.J. for illegal procedure with a knife. That's a prison yard penalty, he said with conviction. That's what you get when you hack the wife out on the LA freeway in a getaway Bronco, pressing something to his skull, wishing he was dead. But it was a cell phone, no, not a pistol. Suicide by tumor, deep in his head. Well, they finally got him. Now it's up to the jury, but he will surely be in jail for life. And now the people, they all say they feel bad for O.J. They forget it ain't okay to hack the wife. Yeah, hack the wife, baby. How come time made O.J. so black?
1 o'clock at 560 WQAM. So that the second race at Gulfstream would be 144 thereabouts.
Okay.
Second race at Aqueduct into the stretch.
Stretch, 3/4, 1 and 1, 15
It's
and
John
4.
Imbrial.
Spell check by a neck. Strike the bell on the outside. And Driven by Passion is gaining ground on the far outside. Here comes Driven by Passion to drive by them all. It's Driven by Passion in front. Spell check now. Second.
Smell check. Oh, I think Joyce has been around. Smell check. Here's one from Sandra who says, I'm a fan of you and your show. It is so irritating, the crank calls. What is that? I mean, who does that? She says.
Tards.
Seriously, it angers me. Who the hell does that with their time? Nerds. Tell them to get a job. No, nobody would hire people like that, okay? Don't you understand, Sandra? These are retards. These are crazy people. No wonder so many single women in the world. Check out the morons out there and how they make use of their time. Ugh. Shout out to you for keeping it real and saying as it is. Well, holla back. Tom Jicka's got an argument starter here, the top 50 sportscasters of all time. And then somebody also sent me, I guess the same Mama B, sent me a list of allegedly the worst 50 announcers of all time, sports announcers. The top 50 network announcers of all time. Jicka says, remember David Halberstam? And by the way, I'm shutting off the phone thing. That was a bad mistake. Well, at least technically I got it working anyway.
Right.
Although there is a glitch in there somewhere. But nevertheless, they can't be bothered with stuff like that. I mean, this no longer even is making a pretense, this place.
Gee.
Yeah. I just mentioned
when were
that in
they?
passing.
When were they making a pretense?
Well, I don't know. Maybe when Greg was around. Once upon a time in America. But now, not even that. Anyway, Jicka says, remember Dave Halberstam, the old Heat announcer? Not just the history political author, but the real Dave Halberstam, who used to send us food on Pesach. Or Purim. Did he send us Hamantash on Purim?
I don't recall.
Yeah. Halberstam, who suffered one of the most unjust crucifixions in broadcasting history, when Rick Sanchez typically sensationalized an off-the-cuff comment to make Halberstam look like a racist, the exact opposite of what he is, has gone on to become a major executive in sports radio. He's also a prolific and entertaining writer. His latest effort is a compilation of his opinion of the 50 greatest sportscasters ever. It's sure to be a controversial conversation starter, which is what such lists are intended to be. Good. Kill some real good time. A case could be made for Howard Cosell as number one. No one was ever more controversial, and he did try to elevate the profession from the banal by raising important social issues that nobody else in his field would touch. But Vin Scully at number 16, behind Frank Gifford at number 15, he's got to be kidding. Scully is the greatest play-by-play announcer who's ever lived, says Tommy. He should be no worse than number 2. Gifford held his job on Monday Night Football because the NFL wanted a dependable apologist for the league on its most important telecast. He doesn't even belong on the list. That's correct. He was a dumb jock, a dullard. Bob Costas, the platinum standard for versatility, is only number 8. Good. 6 positions behind John Madden, who only does football. Halberstam's list is a bit New York-centric also. Longtime voice of the Yankees, Mel Allen, makes the cut at number 24, but there's no mention of Pittsburgh legend Bob Prince or the great Harry Carey, who'd be on the top 10 on many lists. No Harry Carey, no Bob Prince. What kind of a list is this, Halby? Wow. Boy, this goes on and on and on. It says history will be made on Sunday when John Madden and Al Michaels call Super Bowl, 43 for the NFL for NBC, as Madden will be completing a career cycle of sorts by working the Super Bowl for his 4th of the 4 major networks, CBS, Fox, ABC, and now NBC. Madden's been slowing down some of late, taking a game off in 2008 with plans to do it again in 2009. NBC Sports Chairman Dick Ebersol named Chris Collinsworth to be Madden's successor in waiting. Oh, but so far Madden has refused to talk of retirement. Are you going to chime in on this?
Chime? Sure, here you go. Wait, there's my chime.
It's hard to imagine. You know, somebody also sent me the stuff which I already had checked out, the Gulfstream, the website handicrapper.
Mm-hmm.
He picks the 8, the 4, the 5, and the 7 in the second race in that order. And I picked the 6. He doesn't even pick the 6. He doesn't have a comment about the 6. He doesn't say nothing about the 6. Who is, what's the name of the 6? Voorhees Ballad. I'm not changing. I'm sticking with my pick. I'm sticking it. It says it's hard to imagine pro football without Madden. His popularity in the NFL has been intertwined for 30 years, and any reference to the sport's rise to dominance over that time has to credit the man who has sold the league with joy to generations of fans. Well, anyway, here's the list of the 50 greatest sportscasters of all time, according to Dave Halberstam. Number 1, Howard Cosell. And what would Howard be thinking today if he saw what the Jockocracy has really done, come full cycle and taken over everything, doing live spots in interviews for the Super Bowl. Live spots. Oh, my God. Number 2, John Madden. Number 3, Brent Mausberger, who's a big fan of this show, by the way, but Brent, give me a break. Al Michaels, number 4, Dick Enberg, 5, Kurt Gowdy, 6, and this isn't the most versatile announcers. Tom's talking about who's most versatile. That's not what this is all about. It says the 50 greatest network sports announcers. Enberg, 5, 6, Kurt Gowdy, 7, Keith Jackson, 8, Bob Costas, 9, Jim McKay, 10, Pat Summerall, 11, Jim Nance, 12, Dick Vitale, 13, Joe Buck. Joe Buck is number 13, and Jack Buck isn't even on the list, I bet? He's not? Oh, my God. And Harry Carey's not on here. This is the worst list. I mean, we love Dave Halberstam. He's a good guy. Right?
The best.
I don't want to screw up your free food on Purim, you know.
Right. Thank you.
But, my God. Pat Summerall, number 10. Jim Nance, number 11. Dick Vitale, number 12. Joe Buck, 13. Mark Gifford, 15. Vin Scully, 16. Oh, Mike Tirico, 17. He doesn't belong in the top 50,000. Chris Berman, 18. Billy Packer, 19. Who's number one on the worst, by the way. The worst list? Billy Packer's picked the worst. 20, Dan Patrick. 21, Greg Gumbel. Oh, Mumblemouth. 22, Tim McCarver. 23, John Miller. 24, Mel Allen. 25, Joe D'Agiola. 26, Bryant Gumbel, another Mumblemouth brother. 27, Don Meredith. 28, Joe Morgan. 29, Phyllis George.
Oh, my God.
Who? 30, Ray Scott. Have another drink, Ray. Terry Bradshaw, 31. Jack Whitaker, 32. Al McGuire, 33. Dick Stockton, 34. Tony Kubek, 35. Oh, my God. This list is criminal. Chris Schenkel, 36. Mike Emmerich, 37. Mike Emmerich is the first hockey guy on here, and he's just a twerp. Twerp. 38, James Brown. 39, Hubie Brown. 40, Lindsey Nelson. 41, Jim Simpson. 42, Vern Lundquist, who gets the fat vote. Jim Lampley, 43. Ernie Johnson, 44. Don Crickey, 45. Tom Hammond, 46. Bud Collins, 47. Ken Venturi, 48. Jim Gray, 49. And Harry Wismer, number 50. On a horrendous list. Horrendous. Embarrassing. And then it goes down, and it's got a blur. This could take us till midnight if I read all the stuff on here.
Ooh, then read it twice.
No, seriously. I mean, it would kill some phenomenal time, but we're not. I mean, we are desperate to kill time now. That phone, that was a bad experiment. You see, this is why I don't take calls, because that's what the phone is all about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if technically, if it was perfect. Oh, here are the horses coming out for the first at Gulfstream.
Today, but we did a little piece during the seminar. Barbara, one of the Florida Derby winners who went on to win the Kentucky Derby. His little brother running tomorrow.
Well, you can't.
Last year, Big Brown, what a story. Started here at Gulfstream Park, you know. So lots of good things happening. We'll see what's going on.
That's right. And all the attention focused on the 3-year-olds. Don't forget the Dawn handicap comes up tomorrow as well. One heck of a renewal of that race. It's going to be a fun betting race as well. We'll get you up to date on all of the goings-on as we head towards those events. But some fun wagering to go on as we start off in race number 1 today, Ron.
Have we got anybody out there? Is like Steve Sloan out there, or is anything going on? Or
I don't know.
You don't know?
But Steve listens very religiously, so I'm sure I'll get a text or something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering. I don't even know if there's any scratches in the second race. I don't know anything. Any changes, any scratches? Are you scratching it?
I am.
George is scratching it.
$10,000, 2 lifetime claimers at the distance. And, you know, that last race, Rowley was given a boost. When the horse in that race, the 5 horse who's running today, It's a Miracle, came back and won a 2 lifetimer in almost the same impressive fashion. So, going to key off that race. Wild Lisa won. It's a Miracle, who I picked in second, comes back, wins her.
You don't think this guy's from New York, do you?
Well, could be.
Oh. Woo. Oh, Gulfstream changes are in the crawl. I didn't see any change in the second race. I didn't look fast enough. What a shame. Now, you can look on there and see what you see.
Oh, look at that. Nothing.
Oh, here you go. Fake Manny from Kendall. Sam Rosen is the best ever sportscaster on earth, hands down. He's not even in the top 100. This is probably from the Ranger guy. By the way, the Rangers really stinking the joint out lately. And the Leafs won a game last night. How do you like that? Against good old Andrew Raycroft. Razor Raycroft. He stinks. 7-4. 424 votes on the poll. Who is the most incompetent? I'll just read the double-digit ones. FEMA during Hurricane Katrina, 93. Condoleezza during 9/11, 52. WQAM Management, 49. They're in the running. Donald Rumsfeld, 47. The SEC, 2007 and 8, 24. Joyce, 22. Fredo, 15. GM Management, 15. Alan Greenspan, 13. AIG Executives, 13. Scam Cameron, 13. Washington Press Corps, 12. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Selection Committee, 11. The Dallas Police during the Oswald murder, 10. And Abe Lincoln's Bodyguard has got 10.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Hey, Pharrell. What? By the way, son, I've been giving it some thought, see? What do you think of this? I knows that me and you can do much better going 6 to 10 and not at 5, a Gentile and a cranky Jew. I think we might be happy together.
I think you really gone out of your mind. You gotta have your wee-wee bag strapped on too tight. No chance I'll do a show with you. I'd rather die. We'd be crappy together.
Why, I'll have you know that I'm a big Bucky Jew from Brooklyn Heights. I've been rated by everybody but you. You're not my type.
Me and Mo, that would blow. No way that if we had a fight, that you'd survive. Who'd want to hear a genitile and pushy guy that's scrappy together?
Show with you and me, for me, is much better 6 than 10, not 5. It's only right that I should get more sleep at night. I think we might be happy together. Happy together.
Would you see me better?
Bob, or whatever his name was, he told me 3-2 would be the double at Gulfstream today. I don't think so, Bob. The 2 just won the first race by 5 lengths. How do you like that?
All right.
So he's hocking me 3-2. All these people are experts. Speaking of the race, Jeff says, you know, Jeffrey, who's our contestant?
Yes.
I'm the one that you're picking for today. I'll trust whoever you pick. Don't let the dumbass listeners sway you.
All right.
I know nothing about horse racing. I do like the name of your horse pick, though. What's the name of the horse?
Oh, I don't know.
Voorhees Ballad.
There it is.
I'm a big fan of horror movies. Voorhees was the killer in Friday the 13th. In other words, I trusted Neil God, and hey, whatever happens, happens. Thanks, Jeff. See, he's not going to put any pressure on. Like, you damn well better bet me a winner, or I'm, going to pee my pants and come and kill some people at QAM. Although, when you come right down to it.
Nearly going is AAA. They fly up the backstretch. Western Knight and Mike Allen have a short lead. Third dimension toward the rail is second. Like a card shark. And Ronnie Allen Jr. takes off the hot early pace, settles into stride third. Then it's a big break of 8 lengths back.
A big brack.
And fourth. E.T. go home fifth. A gap of 3, Sad Cat sixth. And nothing from AAA. They swing around the far turn, and now the 2 favorites going on with it. Western Knight bumps the margin to 2. Like a card shark, and Allen now gets busy on him going after the leader. Then it's 5 lengths farther back. Third Dimensions has seen enough and retreats to be third. The others with no chance. A quarter of a mile to run. Western Knight has the lead. His only fear will be Like a card shark on the outside as they turn into the stretch. Western Knight trying to score another win for Lonnie Arterburn, still in front. Like a card shark is second. A big break of 10 lengths back to E.T. go home. But it's Western Knight, well handled on the front end. Mike Allen, and another win for the Arterburn stable, going away by 3.
All right. Well, there's Tampa Bay, the third race. Aren't you excited?
Woo, no.
Why not?
Because that's not my boy. That's not the guy I like.
No, that's not the guy you like. That's the guy. I don't want to say I like him or dislike him. He's just funny. Spastic. Everybody, I got the whole world doing that now.
Good for you.
I wouldn't be surprised when Obama comes up here for his first visit to a foreign country on February the whatever it's going to be, 19th, 23rd, whatever, when he meets with Stephen Harper. And he's going to look at that Nazi right in the eye and go, just like that. And Stephen Harper will look back in typical style and go, did you fax me something just now?
Nope.
Well, it's another ad fax.
Sure. By the way, you think I'm joking about making that the ringtone for you? I'm going to work on it right now.
What do you mean by that?
That you say doing that thing I play for you.
And what are we going to do with it? Where are we going to stick it?
There's no we. I am going to make it the ringtone for you when you call me. Does that not make sense?
No.
No.
When I call you?
I'll demonstrate. Give me a few minutes. Give me like 10, 15 minutes here.
Give you 10, 15 minutes. I was going to give you like the next half hour of the show.
Oh, hey, great. No, that's no good.
Why not?
Because we got to do that race.
At 144. Well, there you go.
That.
Yeah.
That's going to be my new ringtone for you.
Well, we could farm that out. We could make that available like online or something.
We could.
Put it on our website.
We could.
Can we?
We can.
We can't?
We can.
Oh. We just don't want to? Is that what you're trying to say?
Say the word.
446 votes. We did it on the poll. It's an okay poll. You like it?
I like it just fine.
Who's the most incompetent? Of course, that list could be so long. Could be so freaking lengthy. Anyway, this list of Dave Halberstam, I feel bad that Tom Jicha publicized this. I mean, it's great if we help Dave sell his book, but oh, my God. I mean, Brent Mausberger? You've got to be joking me. Is number 3? He says, opinionated and famous, demanding and critical play-by-play announcer and studio anchor Brent Mausberger has survived the treacherous pitfalls of network TV for 35 remarkable years. In 1975, Mausberger began trailblazing work for CBS. Unlike today's hosts who serve as nimble and restrained traffic cops in the studio of former athletes, Brent provoked and opined, proffering declarative statements that prompted responses. Shockingly, CBS fired Mausberger in 1990 while he was still at the top of his game. He rose from this resiliently, working for ABC and ESPN. Still busy and salient today, Mausberger infuses his folksy style with offbeat comments. This has been an exciting few hours of football. I hope that at least took your minds off the stock market, one of his comments. Also, like one of his comments, I get on the phone. It was something about something happened in the game. I would get on the phone, and what he really wanted to say was call my bookie, but of course on network TV, you shouldn't be advising people to call their bookie. But that's what he meant. Get on the phone, call Hank. He'll give you his bookie's number. Oh, so Flea yesterday let us down.
Say what now?
He claimed that he had somewhere there in the audio vault or somewhere he had the audio of Hank falling asleep on the air.
Oh, really?
Now, are you familiar with that? Did you know that?
I'm familiar with the event. I didn't know we had audio of it. Sure.
Did we ever talk about it?
I never talked about it. I thought you did.
I never heard of it.
You talked about it.
Get out of here.
Boy, senility's an awful thing. I can't wait for it to happen to me.
I talked about the humper falling asleep on the air?
More than once, if I recall.
Rick says, why isn't George W. on the list? As far as incompetent, he'd win hands down. That's why he's not on there, because it's just, there's no point in doing that. We could put him on every negative list, and he'd win them all hands down. So what's the point? Am I right?
Yeah.
Why isn't W on every poll? There's no point in doing the poll then. If you already know the winner, hands down your pants. And I agree, he would win. So like I said, what's the point? I'm printing out an email from somebody. Boy, they sure came to a screeching halt all of a sudden. It's Friday afternoon.
Yep.
People have issues to take care of on Friday. I have a major issue to take care of here.
Do you now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good luck with it.
It's called life.
Yeah.
It's called my life.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle says, I was wondering how it is that you can place your name in the running to be picked for the horse racing. I didn't find anything on your website to enter. I hope it's not on the QAM website. Oh, yes, it is. It's on the QAM website. It's bad enough that your streaming has been reset to link through QM and you have to watch commercials even before it loads the stream. I truly hate it because it forces you to have your browser open the whole time as opposed to the old way when Media Player would just pop up and you could close your browser. By the way, I wanted to tell you about a body wash I tried that's pretty good. I was up north for a couple of months and my skin was getting really dry. A friend recommended Johnson & Johnson Vanilla Oatmeal Body Wash. Oh, that sounds horrible. It's for babies, which turned me off to trying it, but the thing works good and smells good, says Michelle in Miramar. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, you have to go to the QAM website, and on that page you'll find the Pick the Ponies contest, and you click it and you put your name in and you are a contestant. And then every week on Thursday or Friday morning, Cordis picks a name off the list, just at random. I'm sure Michelle would have a good chance because he likes to pick chicks. Like wasn't it Vanessa that won that first time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's hope we do well for Jeffrey this time. Let's take a look at they must have the odds up for the second race of Gulfstream. And I'm sure they do. Yes, they do. The 6 is 4-1 in the morning line, so he's the second choice. And the good part of it is the 7 is the 3-1 favorite, which is very lukewarm. That means it's a wide open race. That's the way I see it. The 7 with the lovely Javier Castellano. Hey, Javier, but I didn't pick him. He's the chalk, and the 6 is a second choice at 4-1. That would be nice if he stayed at 4-1 and won by about 10 lengths. $10 times 5 times 50, that would be $250 for Jeff. Wouldn't that be sweet?
See?
But we got a few minutes to go. What time is it? Later than you think, I'll tell you that. 1:26, that means we've got about 18 minutes till post.
It's Friday, you bastards.
Tonight, it's a new Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Tonight on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, the mother of all contestants.
Our family has the same ups and downs as any other, the same challenges and the same joys. Sometimes even the greatest joys bring challenge.
The first ever westbound Pony Express delivery started in Missouri and ended in what U.S. state?
The great state of Alaska.
Not smarter than a fifth grader. Which of the following is a country in Africa? Albania, Argentina, Algeria.
Canada, Mexico, and then, that trip that was a trip of a lifetime. And we've got to keep an eye on Russia.
No. Not smarter than a fifth grader.
They're our next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
I am so sorry. Not smarter than a fifth grader.
1:31 at 560 WQAM. Happy Friday to you. We're only 13 minutes away from post time for the second race of Gulfstream. It's just not the same when you're not out there, though.
I know. Should be out there every week.
Well, why not?
Because it costs money.
Costs who money? Them?
Them.
Well, maybe, in other words, you expect to get paid to show up there all the time?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like those jocks. You're getting like those jocks.
I wish. I was
like all those people that we put on the air to kill the ratings, like Drew Rosenstein and Ira Windbag and Alex Marvez.
So let's do a little spearmint.
A spearmint?
Yeah, call me. Call my cell phone.
Oh, boy.
Got your phone there handy?
Yeah.
Well, I want to know if I did this right. I'd be very excited if I did.
Okay, I'm calling you.
All right. I'm going to hold it
and
up to the
I'll
microphone.
put the phone up to the mic.
No, it's my phone that I put up to the mic.
Oh.
If it works.
Really?
Really.
It's ringing.
There it is. It worked. Thank you. Did you hear it?
I heard it.
And your picture comes up, too, so it's awfully nice.
Does it really?
Yeah, well, I can program it that way.
Oh, boy. What a lunatic. Okay, so the 6 horse is 9-2. He's the third choice. 7 is 5-2. The 4 is 4-1. And the 6 is 9-2. Nice price if he wins. It's like about $275 for 50. That sound good?
Sounds great.
Well, yeah, you'd be real happy if you were out there because it looks like... Now, who the hell won the first race? I don't recall. The 4? The 2?
I don't recall.
The deuce. The deuce. Now, when do they get these guys on there to do that handicapping? That guy with a heavy New York accent? Whoever that goofball is?
I don't know.
At St. Louis Spirit, Little Nancy Galmena has won it. Little Nancy from St. Louis Spirit, pulled up at third.
Fairgrounds, New Orleans. Boy, that's a good place to stay away from. All the time. Now, let's see. I want to make sure we do the break early enough so that we don't, like, step on the 1:44 post time. It says 11 minutes to post, so 1:44, like I said. See, this puts pressure on me. When I got, it's one thing if I'm betting my own money, and I'm, using my own judgment to bet my money, but when I'm doing for somebody else, for some stranger, for some listener who was nice enough, by the way, to send that email and say, hey, whatever, que sera, sera, do the best you can, don't listen to these idiots. I mean, if I had something from the audience that made any sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some information, as opposed to just somebody likes the name or somebody just claiming to be an expert, like Rob with his guaranteed 3-2 double. Merch is in the lurch. He's running out on the perch. I mean, like that. What is that? I don't think we have like a whole lot of racing experts in this audience.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
You get a lot of big sports. With Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio, WQAM.
They got the best herb that you ever seen. Ask
the ganja be good. Rastaman has some he want to sell, and from a mile away you can detect the smell of smoke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. He light up the spliff and choke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. The ganja be good. You can carry lots of herb in the gunny sack. Smoke it every day until your lungs turn black. With all the money that we have made, Jamaica doesn't need any foreign aid. American tourists come here and say, got nothing like this in the USA. They smoke, smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. They light up the spliff and choke. They begin to cough and choke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. The ganja be good. Mama tell her son you are a Rasta man. You like to smoke the giant spliff whenever you can. Many people coming here from miles around to buy the herb from you by the ounce and the pound. Rastaman say to her, Mama, you're right. The ganja be good tonight. And then they smoke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. They light up the spliff and choke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. Smoke, ganja, smoke, smoke. The ganja be good. Yeah, man.
Okay, 141. I don't like this because the Tampa Bay 4th race is just going to the gate right now, and it's too damn close to the Gulfstream race, 3 minutes to post time.
Oh, and which one are they going to play? Is that the problem?
Well, no, Tampa is first. They're loading in right now. I mean, I don't know how long the race is, but it's only going to be like 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll get on there. Trust me.
Okay. I trust you.
Oh, here's the guy again that wants me to promote his will come and pump your dump. You know that guy? Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Joe wants me to give him a free spot. No thanks.
Joe the Plumper?
Here's one that says, I've been listening to you since 1980, maybe a little before the Miami riots. Are there any riots in your hood in Toronto? No. You're always entertaining, as are most Jews in the business. Milton Berle had 3 legs and only 2 feet, and he was very entertaining. Yeah, that's the rumor. That's the popular story. Here's one that says, please put the ringtone on your site, I beg you. Remember those keychains from years ago? Yeah, I sure do.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get George to put the power of Christ compels you on in place of there are no fags in the church, but my phone crapped out. I still wore it out, the keychain, I mean. He wore out the keychain. In other words, the battery died.
I see.
142, we got 2 minutes to post at Gulfstream, and they still haven't started the 4th race at Tampa. I don't like that. We'll go from one to the other. Oh, the 6 is not getting any money now. The 6 went up to 7-1. So that's a $16 win price. That would be $400 for Jeff, whatever his name is, if the 6 wins. Not a good sign, though. He's not getting any money. He's been off for a few months, but he's got a continuing string of workouts that look pretty good. He's been working it. If they don't open this gate for the 4th race, I'm going to get upset because there's only 1 minute to post at Gulfstream. And I sure don't want to see it on tape. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, did Steve Sloan ever contact you? I mean,
No.
So he's probably not even out there.
So there's no way, like, because you've got that magical channel, there's no way that you can see, or is there a website we can go to? Didn't we do this before?
No. Why will they not open that gate? Oh, my God. Well, just because there's one horse still out, to hell with him. If you don't want to get in there, just run a race without him. Right?
There at the post.
Oh, finally. This is the Tampa 4th race. Don't get excited. This is not Gulfstream yet. Come on, open that gate. They're off.
And they're off. Princess BG, the favorite, is away alertly on.
So what do you think? The fact that the 6, it got some early money. It was 3-1, 4-1, and now it's 7-1. 1, 2, third longest shot on the board. Of course, it's only an 8-horse field. But I wonder why that is. He looks like class, although he hasn't been out since mid-September.
Swings by the back, Sister Swab, now racing along for it.
Sister Slob, do you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Attacks toward the rail now, 5th. Waiting for tonight is from between horses 6, a gap of 3. Clever Dame is now 7, 2.5 lengths.
Don't get nervous, Jeff. This isn't your race.
Then we go back to Ziva, a gap of 3, 1 in the chamber, 4 lengths farther back. Sneaky Bernie and the Trader, Sweet Paprika. That's the 12 of them around the far turn. Princess BG now going on with it and has the lead.
Open lengths, I think.
She's got Bling as 2nd. Up on the outside, waiting for tonight, 3rd.
Chalk.
Far outside, Florida Quaker is now for it.
5
Down along the inner rail, Mysteriousness now putting in a run 5th. With a 1/4 of a mile to run, Princess BG, and she bumps the margin to 7. Up on the outside, waiting for tonight. Moves wide for the drive. And toward the rail, Mysteriousness. But inside the final furlong, it's all Princess BG. Along the rail, Mysteriousness. And waiting for tonight, Princess BG in front to take it on the wire by 6 or 7. Mysteriousness 2nd. Waiting for tonight is 3rd.
Okay, we got it.
And
right.
Looks like
Let's
Sister
go over to
Swab
Gulfstream right now. They should be going in the gate. There they are. They're in the gate. Here we go.
And in. And they're all in line.
Pray for the 6. Say a couple of Hail Marys.
They're off. He doesn't say it. A good start for Divine Master. Right alongside is Voorhees Ballad with some early speed. These two sprint off from the others. Then it's Tame the Mane, Unbridled Music to the inside, and Heads and Tails going up outside of horses. Storming Marine is next, El Doctory, and last of all is Merch in a tight pack, and they're not moving very quickly here as Divine Master leads them to the first turn. Divine Master in front. An opening 1/4 of 24 and 2/5 seconds.
Right,
the lead is a length and a half.
7 and then
Voorhees Ballad is 2nd. Heads and Tails 3rd outside of Unbridled Music, who saves all the ground to the backstretch. 3 off the lead. Then Storming Marine, El Doctory going 3 deep. Tame the Mane right behind them. And Merch is down on the rail. 5 lengths off of the leader. And the leader is Divine Master.
4, 6,
Divine
7.
Master onto the backstretch. In front by just a neck. Voorhees Ballad right alongside. Heads and Tails outside of them through a 49 1/2 mile. And an inside trip for El Doctory so far, who's 2.5 lengths from the lead. Storming Marine is right next to him. Unbridled Music has 4.5 to make up. Tame the Mane has dropped back, and Merch is still the trailer.
The 6 is about
moving into the far turn.
Behind.
Divine Master on top, continuing to be pressed by Voorhees Ballad. Heads and Tails moves even with them.
Not
the 3
7,
of them are
not
across
Javier
the track.
Castellano.
After 3/4 in 1, 12 and 3.
Looks like he's puking.
Storming Marines under a heavy drive back there in 4th. El Doctory trying to get going 5th. Merch saves all the ground.
Sorry,
and
Jeff.
Unbridled Music, they're into the stretch.
Here comes the
and
bunny.
on the outside,
and
Heads and Tails. And on the inside, Divine Master. Merch has got run. Merch saved all the ground. He's got to angle to the outside, but he had to alter course. And Divine Master keeps on going.
The 4 is going to win.
Divine Master wins it.
4-1. And he gave it a shot all the way around, then he puked. He's been off. He's short. That's it. Sorry. Sorry, mister. Have a nice day, eh? He gave it a good shot. And then when Lurch started making a move, I thought, I started to lurch myself, like when, like that. Go to church and pray for Lurch. Well, so we didn't win. 1 out of 3. Huh?
Easy come, easy go.
Am I supposed to feel real bad? I feel bad for Jeff because that was a good payoff. That was 7 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
$16, $50 times 16 is $400. Can't win them all, man. Can't win them all. Even being the genius that I am.
Right.
Chalk, the 4. Cliff from Kendall says, I put a barf bucket next to my couch and watched the Trials of Ted Haggard on HBO last night. I didn't see that. I seen him on Larry. And that was enough for me. Says, first, I've never seen him before. He looks like a flaming, screaming queen.
You fair.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. Doesn't take a genius to take a look at him and think, oh, yeah. Second, he's a poop-eating grin on his face the whole time. That made me hurl. Good thing I had my bucket handy. They interviewed the male prostitute who outed him. Oh, I didn't see that. He was a good-looking guy on the downside of his 40s. He was obviously a pitcher and not a catcher, if you know what I mean. Reach for the bucket. Oh. I ended up feeling sorry for him. His whole life is over. His college degree in English, whatever, is useless. He can't get a job as a dog catcher. They showed him going into one interview where he said his chances were good as long as they don't Google his name. Oh, the producer showed the Google hits titled Meth Addict, Closeted Homo, etc., etc. Ted, his wife Gail, and his 4 kids were all living out of hotels and a U-Haul. In the end, I cried 2 tears into my bucket for poor Ted Haggard. How do you like that?
Yep.
Screamer.
Gay.
But that's the way it usually is. You know, Jim Baker, who was doing Everybody That Moved. And whatever happened with Paul's crotch?
What do you mean?
There was a scandal there, too, involving some kind of a gay at Trinity Broadcasting. What have we always said? Those people who scream the loudest and point the fingers. Here's one that says, hey, have you ever heard of Jimbo's on Virginia Beach? It's truly the underground of Miami. You can burn in front of everyone and truly relax. It's kind of an outside bar. You ever hear of Jimbo's on Virginia Beach? George?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you did now. See what Rudy has. I mean, there's a couple of emails on here right at the ass end. I feel bad about that 6. He was right there the whole time, stalking the 4, and then the 4 pulled away in the stretch, and the 6 just puked. Obviously, needed the race. Neil is always listening to you on the radio and computer. Just wanted to thank you for all your insight on subjects that most people won't touch. Georgita was always great when you're not there. Please keep up the good work in spite of Joyce. Your friend Rudy. Well, thanks, Rudy. And even you get like a little pat on the head. Although I didn't see like a whole lot. Oh, look at that on the highway there, man.
And towards the exit to Bayview, all the collector lanes have been shut down because of a collision. You can see everybody being pushed into those express lanes instead. So at least they have the opportunity to do that. But it is starting to back up now as you make your way here through Avenue Road.
Oh, boy, real backup, baby, on the highway. Well, that's because they drive like lunatics here. That's the one thing I will grant you, and that as bad as the driving is in South Florida, it is a picnic compared to this. Too many ethnic people here who know speaky English, okay? They can't read the signs. They have no idea what the hell they're doing out there. And they go either real slow or real fast. Not too much in between. You know, in a real city like Detroit, the traffic flow, you would drive, you'd forget about the speed limit, and you would just drive, like on the highways, based on the traffic flow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the average speed of the way people are going, and then you'd usually have no problem. But there are some places where there is no traffic flow because everybody who gets on the road has got a different idea. Oh, well, I think I'm going to go like 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, like in the passing lane, or I'm going to go like 50 miles an hour over the speed limit in the right-hand lane, like on the shoulder. Well, I feel bad about Gulfstream. That's unfortunate. I mean, there was $400 staring Jeffrey right in the puss, just waiting for him, and the horse puked his guts. I mean, he finished badly. In fact, here he comes. Oh, there are a few things in life for gamblers, people who play the ponies. There are a few things in life worse than betting on a horse who starts out in contention or at least halfway decent, and then as the race proceeds, he just backs through the field. Now, at least in this case, he was like right there at the top of the stretch. He was dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then every inch that they continued to run, he became less and less dangerous. Just like we used to be really dangerous. Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Back before Jolly Joe Bell came to town. By the way, tell him I'm really looking forward to that big conference call Monday at 2 o'clock.
Aren't we all?
Over the weekend, that's going to be I'm going to make a whole list of wonderful things that we need to fix.
It's Dave in Miami town.
Yes.
At 560 WQAM. Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Dumb Republicans muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Dumb.
dumb and stupid geek. Mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. Here's President Dumb. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb.